¿Qué es la que? ¿Qué es la que, muchacho? Saluditos cordiales. Espero todo esté bien, mi hermano. Sí. Sí, ponte mío si tú quieres. No sé todavía. Okay. Hello, everybody. I have the same thing every day. Every day that I have some trouble with with the uh, with the, with the audio. No. Hello and welcome everybody. I have the link right there. Haciendo el patio trabajo es lo que hay. Hi. I know, brother. I know. Let me see. I don't. I have Rick right there, and I have Paul. Hello, Paul. Oh, I'm not listening to Paul, so let me see if I can listen through here. Yeah, I'm listening to you now. Are you listening? I don't. Hello, Rick. How you doing? Man, I don't know how I did it last Saturday, but I always have a mess with the audio. I don't know if our audio is going through the live feed. The your audio too, whatever you say. Yeah, talk there to see if you're. Let me see if I can listen to you. Hold on, let me put the YouTube feed right. Yeah, talk there to see if you're. Let me see if I can listen to you. Hold on, let me put the YouTube feed right. Okay. Yeah, I gotta see what's cooking in here because I have these. It should work. I mean, because I have it in here, and I don't know why it's not working. Okay. No, now I think I figured it out. Okay, yeah, you learned little by little.
Okay, well, I'll have to have him check and see if I'm going through YouTube.
Yeah, I think we all going to we all going through. You want to talk now, Rick? I believe yes, because I see here that we're going to.
Okay, I'll talk for a little bit here and we'll see if it works, you know. Testing 1, 2, 3 and all that good stuff there. Am I going through YouTube now?
I think so. I think that you're going through.
I can see him there, but am I going through YouTube yet?
That takes a while, but yes.
Yeah, I heard Rick on YouTube. There's almost a 30-second delay.
Yeah, I know, but he's on.
Well, I guess we're up and going.
I know, it's working. It's working.
Yeah, that was really cool what you did earlier this week, putting me on there with W3IBG.
By any chance, do you see that the audio is double? Because I have two microphones right now connected here: the headset and the camera mic. So you don't see the audio is doubling, right? No. Okay.
You sound just like normal.
Okay, that's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, perfect. So, hey, welcome, Paul. How you doing today?
Good. Yourself?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Learning a little bit, how to set up the audio. Always setting up the audio as the greatest problem that I have. I'm not good to computers, I'm good, operating the radio, but I'm not good on the computer, thing.
Are you using OBS Studio?
I'm using Streamlabs OBS.
Okay. Well, the same thing. It was really confusing. It still is confusing for me setting up the audio feed to get the radio to go to the stream to YouTube and also to the headset. So you have lots of company.
Oh yeah. I know, man. So, well, I'm telling you, today I was actually outside.
I'll fix what you do.
Huh? Oh, you can copy me now?
Now I can copy you.
Yeah, I'm sorry because I muted the thing just in case because in my mind I see the two thing moving right there. I said, well, maybe my audio is doubling, but I believe it's not. And
sound clear.
yeah, sound clear. Okay, so tell me how was your week, Paul, and then I will pass the mic to Rick. How was your week? Was it a cold week over there?
Well, it's been colder. It's 39 degrees right now. It's freezing this morning when I got up, but that's the cold with that. No wind this week, actually. I had a great time down south of Seattle with my friends last weekend when I left you guys. We just had a great time together. So otherwise, just been hanging out here, spending a little time on the radio, taking care of the dog, etc., etc. So it's a pretty exciting life for a retired guy.
Wow, that is crazy. That is hold on. That is great. It's great to oh, see, we have Jim right here. It's great to know that we have actually yesterday 80 degrees over here, and today we have 75. We've been having a great week. The weather is awesome over here today, and it will be nice tomorrow and everything. Too bad that I already worked on the antennas. Because this weather was the perfect weather to work on the antennas. Well, welcome, Mr. Jean. Welcome aboard, brother. Hello, and let me pass the mic to Mr. Rick to tell us, how he was doing this week. And what were you was talking about? You talking about the remand patch that I did the other day. Was putting the microphone close to the cell phone, like a phone patch, the other day.
Yeah, that was pretty cool being able to talk to him, especially talking to somebody back up in the area where I grew up at. Cause see, when I was growing up, my dad and mom ran the florist shop there in Sabetha, and besides Dave Lauer owning Lauer Funeral Home, he was also one of our agents. So whenever there was, like a funeral or something like that, he would suggest that they buy the flowers from us. So we paid him to be an agent too, and we delivered flowers all over northeast Kansas up there. We had quite a system going, so it was pretty neat. And of course, that's how I started driving around an awful lot, driving a delivery van for my dad, delivering flowers and stuff to people, and so it was pretty cool growing up. I rather enjoyed it. And then this week I haven't been doing much except playing with radios and stuff. And of course, well, you know, you knew yesterday I had to run up and get all my medications for the month and everything from my doctor, so I did that. But man, I'll tell you, I was tired. The people across the hallway were having a big argument and a drunken melee over there, and I went to bed at 11 o'clock so I could get up early. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, they woke me up with all that racket. So I drove all the way up there and all the way back with an hour and 45 minutes worth of sleep, and I got back yesterday and I crashed out. I mean, I just fell asleep, and that was it. And then I woke up for a little while and talked on 80 meters late last night, and then went back to sleep and got up about noon. So that's been about it so far this week, just kind of hanging out and playing radios.
Hey, wow. Okay, wow. And can you tell me something about the pictures that I have on QRZ? That I see that there is very old pictures right there on the QRZ. So tell me something about it before I can go and ask Jim and Paul, because I see Paul have a very interesting pictures right there that I would love to know the story behind those pictures, because you know every single picture have a story behind. Something happened to get that image. So tell me something about the pictures that you have there and why you decide to put those pictures there.
Oh, I couldn't put a description up there for some reason. I can't figure out how you type that in. I barely figured out how to upload the pictures to that thing. Their system on QRZ is pretty complicated. So. Yeah, the picture with me with the can of beer where I'm kind of giving you the look like that and tipping the can of beer like that. That was at a concert up there in Bonner Springs. They have a big concert place out there. It's outdoors. And I was standing there listening to a rock band, and I had a beer, and I just took a quick picture, you know, by, kind of doing a cheers thing there with the beer. That's where that was from. The one where I've got my long hair there and the ball cap sitting with the radio in front of me, and it's kind of dark all around me, that was taken on a riverboat on the Missouri River. We did field day from a riverboat, you know, paddle wheeler, a riverboat. We did field day up there when I used to live in St. Joe. We went up north of the St. Joe, Rockport, Missouri. And there's a riverboat there with a big paddle wheeler, and we did the field day on the boat, and I had a lot of fun with that. Since the boat was metal, I went over and clamped onto it and loaded the entire hull of the boat up on 160 meters late at night and talked on it. It was pretty cool. I figured I could make an antenna out of the boat. Sure enough, I did, but yeah, it was an old dredge is what that thing was. It had a great big tower-like thing on the front of it, and it would go down into the water, and they would use it to dredge the river with. And then it had a big pump system and would shoot all the sediment out the big tubes, and they would shoot that on the shore. But anyway, that's what that picture was. And let me see, I don't remember what else.
The other picture with your daughter right there, and you know, you have a big picture with the radios and the mic, the blue mic right there.
Yeah, the picture with the daughter, that was taken at Starlight Theater in Kansas City, and we were there for the Boston concert, the rock group Boston. We were there for their concert. I had tickets through friends of mine in broadcasting, and I got really good tickets there, and so, you know, I didn't have anybody to go along with me, so I knew she needed to get away from the kids who were driving her nuts, so I invited her to go, and she said, yeah, come get me, we'll go. So we went down to the concert and listened to the rock group Boston, and that's where that one was at. And then the other stuff, I think all the other pictures were taken after I moved here to Pittsburgh. you know, where I got the radios on that microwave cart here next to the bed. So I just prop myself up here and play with the radios. I don't know whether you can see this or not, but I'll try and show you everything here.
Hey, Rick.
The bad thing about it is when I show it to you, you're gonna see right across from the table of the radios is my bathroom, so you see a toilet in the background. But anyway, there's I got a big speaker here. There's the souped up CB I got. That's the mixer I use for the microphone, and then I got the radios here. I got the boom mic there, and it's all set up on a big table there, and that's what I use here.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
You know what I like best about that picture?
What's that?
The Turner Plus 2.
Oh,
I love that microphone.
Yeah, I've got several of them. I've got another one sitting over there that I hook up. See, I collect CB radios, and in fact, I can get over there and show it to you. I'm kind of packed in here pretty good, but yeah, here's another one right here. I don't know whether you can see the radio or not. That's an old Johnson Messenger 223, and I've got a Johnson mic for it, and over there I got a 124, and I've got another one of those Turner microphones there for that. So I've got several of those things.
I love them microphones.
Yeah, they sound real good. I bought them. See, I like the D104s because you know they look neat and all that stuff. But the Turner microphones sound just as good or better than the D104. And people don't have the reverence for them that they do for the D104. So you can get them for $20 or $30, where you got to pay $100 to get a D104, but it does the same thing. So I just buy the cheaper ones. But I always liked those mics.
Yeah, I had a D104 Silver Eagle. Oh, that was a nice mic.
Yeah, those are neat. I had the one that had both the sidebar and the desk bar on it. It was I'm trying to think what they called that thing. It didn't have any engraving on it like a Silver Eagle or a Golden Eagle or anything like that. But yeah, I had several of those D104s. Most of them were just as we called them when I was in CB, the chicken choker. So I had those, and then on one of them, I used a corsage pin and cut it down and put it on the side there where it just barely would strike when you pull the sidebar on it, and it would go ping like that, and it was hooked to the head on it, and it sounded like one of those old Golden Eagle Mark IIIs, you know, when you key it up. Every time I took that mic up, it'd go ping, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, I remember the Browning Eagle, I think that was called, that used to ping, right?
Yep, Browning Golden Eagle, you'd hear the relays were so loud in it. When you key the radio up, you'd hear it in the background. Over if you were running a power mic, you'd hear that in the background. And then a lot of times it wouldn't cut the speaker off on the receiver in time because it was a slow-moving relay, and you'd hear the feedback. So in the old CB days, when you hear somebody with a Golden Eagle, you'd hear ping, like that, you know, the slight feedback just before the receiver muted.
Wow. Hey, and Jim, can you tell us, about your pictures? Well, we have to go after that with Paul, because Paul has a couple of pictures there that are, I believe, they have a long story about it. So can you tell us? I was looking at your QRZ web page, and tell us about that picture that you have with your daughter right there. Where was that? In the stadium?
Yeah, that was down watching the Phillies play baseball. We went to a baseball game.
Okay, that is nice. And then that's your wife right there on the other picture, right? You and your wife?
Then I have a picture of my doggy on there, of course.
No, the first
Yeah, that
picture
was
is
in,
you and I believe it's your wife,
That was in
Susan.
Citizens Bank Park, watching the Phillies back in the days when we didn't have to wear masks
The good old days.
Yeah. That is
There's my
nice.
wife. That's my wife.
Very nice pictures right there, and the dog is right there, and
Yeah.
then your daughter with the dog right there. Okay, very
Yes,
nice,
that's her. That's her dog. Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, I want to say hello to Mr. Todd, Kilo My 4, Oscar Charlie Japan, and Andy Crowley, 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo. Hello, brother. Now let's see what's cooking with this. And tell us about that picture, Paul. Where is that? What radio is that one? Looks like Jesu radio. I know that radio, but I want you to tell me what you have right there.
I'm gonna have to wait for it to come up. 30-second delay here.
I can actually
Yeah,
do
so
this.
that's the ham shack. It's in my family room. FTX 101MP. I replaced the rotator control with the new high gain DC vehicle. And now I've got 3 monitors above the radios, so a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. And all it's happening is oh, you put it up. Okay, got it on the big screen now. Okay, it's showing.
It's much better like that, right?
Yeah, so I'm X-Beam, because didn't have room to put up my TH5 anymore, so. And it works fine. I put a 80 meter, 40 meter fan dipole up. You can barely see that. So, yeah. Planes I flew while I was in the Navy. Chronologically, if you go, it's pretty self-explanatory. And then, so I was a scuba diver in college, and then when I moved up to Washington State with the Navy in 1981, I stopped diving because my gear was worn out. I didn't think there'd be much to look at up here.
But you went to Turk and Caicos to diving in there?
What's that?
You went to Turk and Caicos in Belize to take those pictures. You diving in those places, right? In Belize and the island of Turk and Caicos, right?
Yeah, Turks and Caicos. I was there once, went to Belize once, both on liveaboard. So a full week of diving, we dove 5 times a day. So 4 day dives, 1 night dive every day. So the first 3 pictures in the top row are from up here with the island. And then I think all the rest of them, the one in the bottom, looking up the wharf, that's from here also. But the rest of them I think are Turks and Caicos. And then, so I've been out of diving for, 25 years or something.
And you know what? Explain something, because there was a guy who asked me the other day, you ever talk to the island of Belize? And I told the guy, no, there is no island in Belize. Belize is actually in the in the Central America. It's on the continental. It's not an island.
Yeah, it's a country.
It's a country, exactly. So the guy told me, oh, there is the island of Belize on the air today. And I said, well, I don't know where's that island. I know, it's a country in the continental of America, and, yeah, because sometimes when people see Belize and they see the name is strange, it's different than the Latin American countries, and they believe it's an island, but it's not.
No, and it's an interesting place, because I think, isn't it still a British protectorate? At least it was, but their currency is the US dollar. So if you ever go to Belize, you don't have to change your money. US dollars work out just fine.
And the official language is English, and they're bordered with Chetumal, Mexico. Actually, with the southern part of Mexico.
Yep, yeah. It was an interesting trip and had a lot of fun on that one. And I just picked these pictures because I could get them up in a hurry. But as it says, I got, I think, close to 6,000 in my portfolio. And probably shouldn't put all of them up, but these are some of my favorites, so.
And I believe they don't have a snow as Andy Crowley right there in the UK. He has snow right now. It's snowing right there. So in Belize, we don't have snow. The day that we have snow in Belize, then we have to be, the snow here will be like that. You know? That's crazy. Hello, Andy. And, wow, man, I've been in Belize. I've been once into Belize on a boat, just to the tourist area. But that is a country that I would love to go and explore the country. It's very good. They have a lot of forest in there,
Yeah. We didn't get much time to do that. We showed up, got on the boat the next day, and then the day after we got back in, flew back home. The diving is extraordinary. Are you a diver, Alex?
No, but I actually would love, to have the opportunity to dive one day. The thing is, I'm scared to, dive with the sharks because it was like a kind of trauma that I had when I escaped in the raft. That I saw all the big shark, surrounding us and everything. So I believe I got like a kind of trauma with that. So I'm a little bit scared of the sharks. You know what I mean? That would be very, very, very neat. But I believe I have to have first a therapy before I go there and make sure I will have the sharks on it.
Yeah, well, the picture of the shark that's there, I'm using the
Wow.
lens, and I'm probably about 3 feet away.
What did you say?
That's too close to be to a shark for me.
I've got some others I'm even closer. They're very graceful and they're fun to watch. And that's a black tip reef shark. They're not a real threat. If you don't molest them, they tend to not molest you. So.
And what about those pictures with the sky right there?
Okay, so doing underwater photography wasn't enough. So a few years ago, my friend that I stayed with in Seattle when I was working, he was interested in astronomy, so I bought him a telescope because I left my car at his place. I stayed overnight when I got back from a trip, so I wouldn't have to drive home in the middle of the night. And so I bought him a telescope, and I said, "You have one, but I'm going to get a better one." And so he started photography, astrophotography. And so, not to be one-upped, I decided to start too. So, I think going left to right, well, I know that the first one is the Horsehead Nebula. I'm trying to remember what the middle one is. I'll make up a name after a while. Whirlpool Galaxy, and then the one on the right is the Heart Nebula. If you look at it, you can kind of see a heart. And I've got 2 telescopes, as it says. And those images are shot all night long. So I'll have up to 600 images of same length, mostly 1 minute or so. And then very sophisticated software to stack them and pull the color out. And you never see that through the telescope. Eyes aren't sensitive enough, but long duration camera exposures, and then you put them together. So that's my new hobby. Really enjoy it. I've always kind of liked astronomy, and we've had so much bad weather this winter that I haven't been out to astrophotography since October. We get it maybe 1 or 2 hours on a few nights every other week, and that's just too much work to take everything out and set it up. So my project this summer is to get an observatory, 8-foot dome. It's gonna go down a new platform with my pier and be fully automated so that when the weather's good, it'll open up and run, and when the weather goes bad, it'll close itself down.
Oh, yeah.
In the background, I'll just turn over here. You can, that's the Edge HD lead in. That's one telescope. The other one is on the pier right now, out the other end of the yard. And that's my hound dog sleeping on the floor.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
what's that fish in the center on the right-hand side? Boy, it looks like it's got bad teeth. It's got nasty teeth.
Are you talking about the picture of the fish?
Yeah,
That's a barracuda,
wow.
and it's on a cleaning station. So it pulls over there, and cleaner shrimp jump in its mouth and
Yeah, look at that.
clean its teeth.
Wow, that's a nasty looking fish.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to bite you. So there you go.
Hold on, something happened here.
Showing you my doggies there, Alex.
Now we got him. Oh,
Alex,
yeah?
you've lost your audio.
No, I got him now.
Alex lost my audio?
I can't hear Alex.
Yes, because I was doing something here and I had my thing on mute. Yes, I seen the doggy right now. I'm sorry. Now everything is back. I had some technical difficulty because I was showing something and for some reason then now it's working. Now we have video and we have audio as well. Oh, those are the two doggies that you have?
Yeah, those are, one is mine, one is my daughter Jennifer's,
Wow.
and that's Jennifer.
Okay, well, hanging out on the cold day, right?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Wow, man, that is. You see that? You guys know that Todd, Kilo Mike 4, Oscar, Charlie, Japan. He got his extra. He actually took his exam last week, or not last week. Today's Saturday. This week, and he passed the general and the extra ticket the same day. So that is great. Congratulations, Todd.
Yeah, Bubba.
Yeah, he went, he was a tech, and then he went into for his general and passed that, and then of course, they usually give you the next test if you request it, and then, so he shot right straight through to extra then. That's cool.
And that is good. He doesn't have to pay for another test.
No, now he can go anywhere on the bands now.
Yeah, pretty much. And see, right there, he have the family right there. I gotta show this screen right here in order to hold on. Put that down here.
Does he have an HF rig where he can holler at you now on over the air?
No, he doesn't have an HF rig, but he's working on it. He's feeding the cow to get the HF rig. And
Okay. I wondered why I hadn't heard him get on there and holler at you. So, and then I thought, well, maybe he doesn't have an HF rig.
yeah, I believe he wants to get the 7300. And I see Mr. Jose right there, and Mr. Jose and Ariel. Well, Ariel, we're waiting for you right here. Don't hesitate, just click the link and connect to the stream. And I'm see that he put some new pictures right there. Yeah, see what he has right there. He have a picture of my live stream with the sticker that I sent to him. And 100 watts in a wire. And he have an ID number 4700. That is great, great, beautiful. And where is that? Realistic. Where is that? Pete or I mean Rick or Paul, explain me what is that? That looks like a CV radio, right?
Yeah, it does. I can't really see it very well. It's so small on my phone. Yeah, that's what it looks like anyway.
Yeah, it says CB transceiver, 2-channel.
Oh, is that the 2-channel model? I didn't remember.
Wow. And those are the cows, you know. He say he's feeding the cows to make sure, you know, he actually will. He will get the. See. Now it looks like him. Hi. That is nice.
I'm still waiting on that drawing by my friend Mike from downstairs to see if he comes up with a good one for me. That one picture he gave, the nose looks right. I have a big nose, but the rest of the face didn't look like me. So I'm waiting on him to redo the cartoon picture.
Wow. Wow, you see, it's great. It's great. I would love to have, a Todd here one day over the air talking to him. And he's going to get the most popular and the best radio in the market, the 7300, man. I don't know what you think about the 7300, Paul. What do you think about it? I believe it's a great radio. And, I mean, it's the best one out there right now for the price and everything.
Yeah, I think for the dollar value, it's probably the best radio out there. It does an awful lot of stuff. A little less smaller footprint than what I've got on my desktop too.
And he says that he actually saved the $35 fee because he did before the $35 fee. No $35 fee, low. So that means laughing a lot. That's great. Hi. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the 7300 is a great radio. I don't know how many units they sold of them, but I never heard of any radio that sold that well. I believe that will be a game changer. That will be the best ever, selling radio in the market since Icon Store, I believe. I know the 706 was a great radio and it sold great, but I don't think it was selling as good as this one. Do you think that there will be any way that we can know how many of those radios are being sold?
Yeah, see, that's what I've got. I've got an Icom 706. That's what I use and talk to you on all the time.
Wow.
I got a friend of mine here locally that's got a 7300, and he gets on 80 meters, and I can hear him. He's about 30 miles away in Erie, Kansas, and he gets on there with our late night 80 meter group, and that radio just sounds like a broadcast station. It sounds beautiful the way he's got it set up, and he's not using an amplifier either with it.
Wow. So Jim, what do you think about the 7300?
Well, from what I hear, the 7300 is a great radio, but I don't like little tiny radios. I like the big ones.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit small, but it's a great radio.
Yeah, I like the big radios, like the one you got.
Yeah, but you know how many small radios I have before this one? I start actually with the how you call that one? Oh my goodness, I always forget a Lincoln.
Oh, a Linko?
Yeah, a Lincoln. I think was 130 or something like that. I forgot. They are 130 or 30 something. The one that have HF. The very old one, the Lincoln 30 or something like that. I forgot the model number.
Yeah, wasn't one of theirs called a DX something, a DX90 or something like that? I don't remember.
No, that is the Delta Radio 9, I believe, or Tango Radio 9, the Lincoln, which is, you know, not the new one, but it's the latest model, R9 or something from a Lincoln.
Yeah, so they make pretty good radios. Now, I had for a while, and I still wish I had it, I had a real old radio that worked very well. It was a Swan 700 CX. Talk about big radios. I loved that thing.
Oh, the Swan, I remember. Those were old, you know, tube radios like these, this big.
Yeah, well, they weren't quite that
They
big,
have
but-
a very big, you know, dial right on the right hand side. Very like it looks like silver. You know, they were silver.
Yeah, in the middle, and then they had it was in a black case.
The black,
It was-
the black thing, yeah, for the hand, for the thing.
I
Okay.
believe Swan is about the same size as your TS-890 that you have there. It's about the same size.
No, it's a little bit bigger than that one. Yes, bigger and
out
taller
of the-
and
What I
taller.
liked about it was out of the radio, it did 425 watts out of the radio, so you didn't need an amplifier.
I know. Hey, you guys ever saw an FT401?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen one.
You never heard about that, Paul?
No.
Okay, that's an old tube Yaesu radio, the FT401. And I remember in my radio club station back in Camagüey, Cuba, in Florida, Cuba, we have one of those. And that monster was putting out 400 watts, now that he said the 400 watts. And I was using that in 15-meter band with a 40-meter dipole. And man, I have a bunch of QSO. And then I remember, I was a child. At that time I was like 14 or 15 years old. And there was a guy who was the president of the club, you know, a very strange guy. You know, he dressed green, which military and stuff, you
Have
know.
that conversation with a couple guys.
All right, well, I don't want to see them.
Okay?
And
I'm gonna fill out the-
and he saw me talking. And he saw me talking to the Italian station. I was, you know, practicing the Italian at the time, and he came and he told me, hey, you know what? You cannot talk to the other station in other language. You have to talk in Spanish. We have to understand what you say. And I said, man, I'm just talking to to a guy in Italy. And he said, no, we need to understand what you say. He said, well, man, you have to learn Italian then. You know. And well, what we do after that, we hiding from him. We put somebody out to watch out, and we start talking to the people all over the world. And you know how is the funny thing that the guy, he escaped the country years after that. Imagine that.
So he was kind of the overseer laying the law down on you, and then he turns around and takes off too.
So after his family moved outside of the country, so he followed the families and he moved. He was an old guy at the time, and then, like I said, wow, that's pretty bad. You know, that's pretty bad because he was actually supporting the government, and then he escaped after that.
Yeah,
That's
see,
crazy.
Whenever I would come across a ham operator on the air from Cuba, I was always very careful of what I would ask or talk to them about, because I did not want to get them in trouble. So I knew the government always listened in.
How much time did you come to the U.S.?
What do you say, Paul?
How did you come to the U.S.?
How I came to the U.S.?
Yeah,
Oh, in a raft.
really?
Yes. You never heard about my story?
No, no.
I can go and tell you a brief story, you know, like not too deep on it. Okay. Back in 2002, we planned to make our first attempt. I escaped from Cuba twice in a raft. Okay. The first time was in 2002. So we actually assembled the raft, who was, let me see if I can share with you the picture of the raft. And let me see if I have it somewhere right here. Okay, I have it in here, but it's not on that screen. As it will be right there. Hold on. I think I gotta do a share right now and here. Okay, share screen. Okay, are you seeing that in?
Yeah.
You see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the second raft. The first raft was only 16 55-gallon drums. Okay, we used to. Let me just click this one here and make sure we have that. Okay, in the first raft we have you know, those 55-gallon drums, you know, the diesel one.
Yeah.
And we put it together as a pontoon boat, the same model that you see there. Of course, in the first time there was a little bit smaller, and on the second attempt, you know, was 22, 11 and 11. So we built the raft, we put the engine on the center, and the mast that you saw there was when we put the 20-meter dipole. And I have the FT80 Charlie, which is the, you know, a Yaesu radio, who was the commercial version of the FT747. You remember the old FT747 Yaesu radio?
You were Marine Mobile escaping from Cuba.
Yes, sir. I was Marine Mobile escaping from Cuba, and that's not the best part. The best part is that I was talking to people in the U.S. after I exit the Cuban water or territorial water.
Yeah.
Actually, I talked to people in the U.S. in the 14280 with the Hispanic people, and then I went over to the 14300 Maritime Mobile Net.
Yeah.
So I went there and I asked them for help. And there was a guy by named Federico Whiskey 3ZU Zulu uniform. He lived in the northern part of Florida. And this guy, he was able to contact the U.S. Coast Guard in that time. And the Coast Guard came and talked to me. And I was explaining them that we saw, you know, a ship. But that was for the second escape. You know, the second escape was when this guy talked to me. The first attempt, I talked to the people in the 14200 and 14280 Hispanic net, which is the, you know, the moderator is a guy from Dominican Republic, Mr. Don Luis Beltran, Hotel India A, Lima, India, Bravo. And well, they were calling people here in Miami, but that first time I never made it. I just landed in a little key in the south part of Cuba after 22 days on the sea, 10 days no food, and 4 days drinking my own urine. Okay, so imagine that when we have the tropical storm who hit our raft after, you know, we escaped the first time. There was a tropical storm who came, and we decided to go because we saw a Cuba Coast Guard boat approaching us, coming toward to us. And we said, well, we got to go from here to there. They're not going to catch us. We're going to go. So we went, and we knew there will be a bad weather coming in. There was a tropical storm who was formated in the area of, not tropical storm, tropical depression back in that time. But the waves were like 30 feet. We're talking about 10 meters wave. So that little raft was going up, all the way up, and then all the way down. So, are you back? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I am. My
Okay.
phone just started going crazy, so.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted to make sure you're listening. I know you don't have to look at me all the
No,
time.
no, I'm fascinated with this because I've got some comments for you about when it's done.
Okay, well, and if you wanted to make me any question, just interrupt me because the story is long and I try to make that as quick as possible. And well, we have those big waves and everything. So the night, fall like every day, nightfall around 6 o'clock, and we didn't see our hands. Actually, we were looking to us and nothing. So all of the food that we have, we lost it. The only thing that we have were 7 cans of sardine, who were in between the anglers, the metal anglers. They got stuck in there, and we have 20 liters of water for 7 people for 18 days. So what we did is we start making a rationalization of the food because we only have 7 cans of sardine. We didn't know how many days we will be on the raft, and of course, thanks God we did that, and we didn't eat that the first day. And we said, well, let's eat 1 can of sardine for the 7 of us. And we're going to drink half a glass of water at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So after the big storm, the next day, the water was like flat. We not even moved. That was how flat was the sea, the Caribbean Sea at that time. So we have to say, well, we're going to flotate here until we landed in somewhere, or we got rescued by somebody. And that was when that night was when I called the people in 280 net. So back in the 2000s, the propagation was great that you can talk in 20 meters all the way to 11 o'clock at night, Propagation was wide open at the time. So, we talked to those people, they start calling the people in Miami, and then everybody, the Cuban in Miami, they'll start saying, oh, there is people who are escaping a raft, blah, 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 escaping the socialists, blah, blah, blah. And then we were, everybody was commenting about it, and there was on the news here in Miami and everything. So, we said, well, at least, they know that we're escaping. Our family would know that we're escaping, because if you escape from Cuba, you cannot tell your own mother that you're living in a raft. That's how secret you have to have that. So you cannot trust in your own family, because in my case, I didn't say that to my mother because I knew if I told her that, she will call the police and say, my son is planning to do this. You know why? Not because she is just gonna snitch on me. It's because she doesn't want me to take the risk to go on a raft. And she prefer me into the jail and not into the cemetery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course, she told me when I returned the first time, thanks God you didn't tell me, because if I ever know that you're planning to do that, I will call the police, and I'm going to let them know that you're planning to do this and you're not going to go. Because I don't want you to risk your life, because I'm gonna lose you. And I said, well, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I will try it again. And I did it, So, and we were there, and we had the radio, and of course, the next day, in that night, there was a huge wave. So we didn't know that if the salt water entered through the muffler of the engine, it will stop the engine. I didn't know that. So there was a huge wave, and passed through, and then there was a certain amount of water who came through the muffler. We have the muffler like this. I mean, the engine was right there, and the muffler was vertical. So that water came in, and it was so much water. Of course, the waves were surpassing us, And then that water came in and stuck and stopped the engine. So the next day, we didn't have any engine, and the battery died. And I cannot communicate with people and say we're still alive, we're flotating. We need somebody to rescue us. The first time wasn't possible. So when I was transporting the raft from Florida, from the city, from when you used to live, to the beach, to assemble there and go, we have two walkie-talkies. Do you remember the old Yaesu FT23R? You maybe don't know that. So that was a very popular radio back in Cuba, the FT23R. So I have one of those, and my other friend had the 2800, FT2800, who was the commercial version of the 23R. So we actually, one of our friends was in a bicycle 3 kilometers ahead, and he told clear, because we wanted to make sure there was no checkpoint from the city to the beach, you know, because sometimes they have police on the rural places, on the rural road, and they were, you know, searching not for the people who escaped, because that wasn't atypical to escape through there. Oh, somebody have an audio on. I'm listening myself now. I don't know. Somebody's listening oh no, it's not you, Paul. Okay. I don't know. That was you. You were listening to me through the YouTube? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I think we're
Alex,
back.
I'm listening to you through Zoom, not the.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good, good, good. No, because I don't know if you heard my voice twice.
I heard something going on, but
Yeah.
it wasn't from here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Okay, good, good. Well, and then we got this guy on the bicycle 3 kilometers away, and he said clear. And then we continue in the tractor. We were, you know, one of those farmer tractor like this guy has on his picture, Todd. He have you know, a tractor on his Keywords web page. And we had that, you know, with the wagon in the back, and we put all the 55-gallon drums and, you know, everything. There is a huge thing, because you have, you know, 16 the first time and 22 the second one. And we put some, you know, rice product in the top, meaning that we're going there to raise, you know, to plant rice plant. You know what I mean? And that way, if they look at it and they don't go deep, they're not going to realize that we were escaping. So we put the engine on the center and everything. Well, but anyway, we have luck, and we went. So that 23R was a walkie-talkie that had the scanner on. So after that many days, after we've been through drinking urine and everything, and one of the guys who go with us, he have a Bible. And he gave that Bible to his son the night that we have the huge wave and everything. And he told the guy, his son, hey, honey, make sure you keep the Bibles dry and safe. And he said, okay. And I got my FT80, the Yaesu, and I have it with me, and I put some, you know, plastic thing and then clothes and stuff. And I keep it so dry that next day, my radio was perfect, dry and everything, but the guy, he got his Bible wet. And his father was mad. He lost the feet, and he started, you know, blaming on him, and he lost the feet completely. And then the only person who knows God in that raft, him and his son, they were actually distracted. They lost the feed, the fight is shattered, and they didn't talk to us about God. I never met God before that raft. And after many days, I remember I told, hey, Agustin, can you read the Bible for us? No, I'm not going to read nothing. No, this guy, blah, 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 blah. I said, Agustin, can you read the Bible for us? No. And then after a while, he said, okay, let's do some, you know, we're going to sing some religious thing because there was the time that when you passed a week just seeing the same faces and not listening anything, just flotating on the thing, not even with the radio and anything, you start imagining things. And I was actually imagining that I saw buildings and that I was listening to music and you know, a lot of stuff like that. So, hey, there's a Stefano right there. Hey, welcome, Stefano. Hello, Stefano. Welcome aboard, brother. And then I was and then I was listening to that, and I told Agustin, can you know, read the Bible and talk. And after he never smoked, and after there was two guys who smoked in the group. Of course, you know, cigarettes, you know. Okay. Oh, he hung up. Okay.
Eso es una gente que entra a los meetings.
Espérate, Alexander. And then what he did there, he started smoking. He never smoked, and then he started smoking cigarette with the other guys and blah blah blah. And then after that, I said, I was thinking you do that. No, he never did. And then Alex, the other Alexi, who lives in Texas, he have a problem in his kidneys, and actually he started his urine he was urinating like blood, because we were not drinking enough water for, you know, to keep our kidney, our you know, body, you know, hydrated. So, and talking about hydrated, let me make a pause and grab a beer because I'm a little bit thirsty. Do you mind if I go there? Give me 1 second and I'll be back. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
¿Sabes lo que fue eso?
I'm really enjoying the story.
Oh yeah, I've heard it before. It's you ought to make a movie out of it.
Yeah, that would be a good movie. It really would, with all of that, with all of the excitement in it and everything.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. Oh, while we got a lull in it here, you were asking about that microphone, that +2 that I had there. The one table there, that's hooked to that real old Yaesu that I traded that one guy for. I've got a Yaesu FT707, and that's the microphone I've got on it.
Oh, okay.
And I just set it on top of my 706 there, so there wasn't any place else to set it.
Okay, I'm back. You want me to continue and telling the story, or we just continue to hang out?
No,
Well, I gotta run, Alex.
Who, Jim?
Yeah, I gotta run.
Okay, Jim. Well, my pleasure, man. Appreciate you come in, and well, you know, you're my good friend, and it's a pleasure for me talking to you every single day, and it's more a pleasure to have you here on the live feed today. So thank you so much, brother.
Have a good day, Paul and Rick, and I'll talk to you all later, Alex. 73, Alex.
73.
73, brother. My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, what's going on, Ariel?
What's going on? Kilo India 4 Papa Bravo Juliet Mobile.
That is great, man. That is great. I'm just telling the Paul. I'm telling him the story of the raft.
Oh, okay.
So, how is everything coming back from your work?
It was a smooth day. Got things done on my way home. See what mess I can get in tonight.
Oh wow. Okay, that is awesome, man. So the most important part, Paul, was when we tell Mr. Agustin, you know, to start singing. He starts singing, you know, religion song, and we start following him. And he started reading the Bible. that day when he started doing that, I found my FT23R, and guess what? The radio have battery, still battery on, and I put that on scan, and out of nowhere, I put it on a scan, you know, that was scanning the entire, you know, spectrum, and out of hey, Tim Davis is right there. My favorite YouTuber. Hello, Tim. Hello, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you, man? Welcome aboard.
Doing good on the YouTube there.
Well, thank you for coming, man. And I've been missing you. I didn't see you live streaming lately.
Yeah, I have been working a lot and haven't had a chance to get out there. So last weekend I did a live stream during the North American Tuesday party.
Okay.
And, but yeah, on the day-to-day stuff, it's just I've been working late doing a lot of stuff after hours and so it's kind of to the live stream.
But everything is okay. If the work is okay, everything is okay, you know?
Oh yeah, it's good. I'd rather be busy than unemployed. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too. Working is good. Well, and I was telling you know, Paul this story because he never heard about the story how I escaped Cuba and came into the U.S. And this is the very thing that, you know, marked my life forever. When he started, you know, singing and reading the Bible, I was able to turn on that radio, and that radio was scanning until I listened a conversation on that radio. And I key in and I say, this is Charlie Oscar 7 Hotel United, Maritime Mobile on a raft. Did you hear me in Spanish? Because we're talking in Spanish. The guy said, yes, I hear you. Who are you? And I say, well, I'm in a raft, and we're lost, and we're almost dying because we don't have water for so many days, and we didn't eat in the past 10 days. And the guy said, well, we don't see you, but we're talking. And how much power do you have? I asked the guy. He told me, I have a walkie-talkie. I also have a walkie-talkie. If we're talking with a walkie-talkie, we're not too far away, unless we have an aurora boreal. You know what I mean? And the guy, he told me, but I don't see it. I said, okay, keep talking to me. And then what I did is I moved the walkie-talkie until I lost the signal a little bit, and then when I had the more gain, so we look at it, and we have one of those mirrors, and then we saw the boat because they have a bigger boat, and we saw the boat. They didn't saw us, and then I put Miguel, one of the guys who came with us, he put the mirror like that, and he makes signal, you know, with the light of the mirror. And the other guy with the thing, he was looking at it, and he find us. So they went and they cycled around our raft for, I say, 6 hours until the Cuban Coast Guard came over. And we were actually supplicating for water to those people. But by Cuban laws, they cannot provide us with anything until the Coast Guard came. So we were, since we saw them and they surrounded us, we were waiting for 6 hours until the griefing, or that's how they call the Cuban, you know, border patrol or Coast Guard patrol, until that boat came, and then they throw us a gallon of water. And I remember Alexis, who was the guy who had problem with his kidney, was urinating his blood. He grabbed that and he started. And we say, hey, throw it away, pass it on, because everybody wants to drink the water, you know? And we said, pass it on. And since that day, I don't know if it was coincidence or is because it's really something on it. But I say, and I have a faith, and I strongly believe in God since that day. Because after Agustin was reading the Bible and singing religion songs, I was able to find that walkie-talkie, and that walkie-talkie still have battery, and he was turned off for 22 days. You know? That's amazing. That's even luck, or that is because God really exists. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go into religion thing with nobody, and I respect everybody's point of view, but I hardly believe in God since that day. And I always tell this to the people because that was what happened to us. And after we read the Bible and he started thinking that, boom, everything went smooth until we got rescued. Because the day before, I don't hear you because your mic is muted.
It's an amazing story.
Do you have any question, or any of you have any question, or somebody on the chat has any question?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who think that passage, they say, well, it's 90 miles. Well, it's a pretty treacherous 90 miles, even when it's calm water.
Well, it's actually for me wasn't 90 miles. I actually escaped from the south part of Cuba, from the central south part of Cuba, Florida City in Camagüey, and I went all the way, from there to Isla de la Juventud, who was pretty close to the Gulf of Mexico, to Quintana Roo, which is in the Mexican peninsula, So I was there for pretty much 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers, It was a long trip.
Yeah.
And that's why I told you when we escaped, and then days after that we saw the sharks surrounding us, and we saw small ones, but we saw big ones too.
No, we're not
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Mama.
Let me see.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
So that's my wife who she's going to do something. Okay, Daddy. Bye.
Bye, Papa.
So and yes, man, and then we failed that time, and that fishing boat. Actually, I never ate lobster in my life before I was in that adventure. When we have the Cuban Coast Guard approach us, and they actually throw us a rope, and we tied the rope, and they were pulling our raft until a little key that they have something to collect the lobster and the fish and everything that they catch. So the same people from the boat, they cooked for us rice and beans and lobster. So I was eating that like crazy. Imagine how you're being, such a long time without of eating, and you start eating that like crazy. And man, I fell in love with lobster that day. For sure. Yes. I never ate that. In fact, I didn't like the fish and I didn't like the seafood before. And when I ate that, I fell in love with lobster, and I said, wow, this is amazing. And Kilo 4 Lima Echo November, he say, hello Alex, and the group, hello brother. And when I ate that and they put me on the scale, I was 94 pounds. That's how skinny I was. I lost so many pounds in that. I was skinny actually. I don't know if you saw a picture that I usually show on my live streams, but I was very skinny, and that was the first time. So they transport us from the little key to Isla de la Juventud, which is another island, a big island in the south part of Cuba, and from there to Batabanó, which is a port in the south part of Havana. And then from there, they transport us to our place and then say, oh, you know, these people are a victim of the Cuban adjustment law and blah, blah, blah. And well, we came back and we started planning the second attempt. So 2 years after that, we've been ready for escaping again. And well, it came 2005 and we escaped it again. So the second attempt.
Did they send you to jail or
No.
anything for the first?
No, by the time that we were captured was in 2002. In 1994, Fidel Castro said that they're not going to put anybody who escaped on the jail unless they do it twice or, you know, they repeat that. So the first time they let you go. And the other thing that was in our favor was because I have my radio with me and the people in Miami and all over the world knew that we're escaping. They didn't want to do something against us because we were in the public eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they, you know, they don't want to, you know, they have a, you know, their own propaganda and they sell the things as if they were good, but they're actually not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we escaped the second time, we did the same thing. We escaped out of the south part of the Florida and we escaped and everything was running great. And in the second time, we didn't have a bad weather. You know what we had the second time?
What?
We didn't know that you have to put in the diesel engine, you have to put the, you know, of course, the diesel, but there is a return hose that you have to put back to the container of the diesel, because the diesel engines, they use diesel, but they have some leftover that you have to put that back on. If not, you're gonna lose that. And what happened is we spent 110 gallons in 48 hours. And we didn't know that. And at the end we said, wow, diesel is gone. And boom, we were flotating again. But this time we have the mast with the sail, the radio and everything. And I started communicating with people until the battery died. And that was when I communicated with the 14300 net, and Federico, Whiskey 3ZU, he actually contacted the U.S. Coast Guard, and the U.S. Coast Guard contacted us, and we were telling them that we saw a boat, a big tanker named Marathon, who threw us a pallet, a wood pallet, with bread, water, and apple. And that was the first time that I ate an apple in my life, in my raft. I never ate an apple before I was on the raft. So, and we had food and everything, and we said, well, we're losing our battery. I was actually QRP the last transmission with 5 watts, they're still copying me. And I say, well, you have to ask the boat. So they contacted that boat and asked them where they saw us, you know, the coordination. So they saw the current of the sea right there, and they knew about where we're gonna be in the next 48 hours, 48 hours. So they contacted the Mexican Coast Guard, and they tell them, you know, where we was and what kind of raft we have. And they send the Mexican Coast Guard, and then in 2 days after that, we have actually, we got rescued by the Mexican Coast Guard. They were looking at us because they knew that the currents will push us to that way. And we were very close to Isla Mujeres in Mexico. So we got rescued by that boat. When they rescued us, we have plenty of food and plenty of water. The second trip was great. We only spent like 10 days on the second trip, not 22. But we still have, you know, lots of water and food. We didn't, you know, beg for, because on the second one, I think we put too much food on it. Because we didn't want to have the same thing that happened to us on the first one, you know? On the first, we thought the trip will last 10 days, and it lasts 22. The second, we thought the trip will last 30 days, and it lasts 10 days. So imagine we have plenty of water, and if you see if you see the picture of the raft, I don't know if I can put that again. Let me see if I can share it again. Okay, 1 second. Okay.
So Alex, while you're bringing that up, did the Mexican Coast Guard take you into Mexico?
Yes, they take us to Mexico.
Okay.
Okay, are you seeing the raft right now?
Yeah, yeah, I see all the water containers in the back.
Those were water containers. Imagine how well we are. You know our mistake the first time? That we have the water container on a 55-gallon drum. And only 2 of these. So when we lost, okay, imagine that when a huge tropical, a storm came, the waves were too big. The rope that we have tied that water tank broke, and that water tank was almost killed one of the guys and passed through and fell into the water, and you're not gonna jump in to get him. So the only thing that we have was 20 liters of water who got, tied up in those containers that you saw there, in 2 of them. So we find more containers and we divide the water in between the raft, just in case we have another event like those, we'll have plenty of water for the rest of the trip. And we divide the food in the different sacks. We have those sacks, and we tie that, and we tie it in some place, we tie it in another place, and we have like 6 or 7 places through the raft that we collect the food. And then in the second one, we have also a propane tank with a propane, stove. So we were able to cook with the propane, with the gas, The first one, we didn't have the chance. And in the second one, we have plenty of fishing line and hooks and everything. To tell you the truth, the second one was 100% prepared. The only thing that we didn't count on was the freaking return hose. Because if we have the return hose, we will land it into even Cayman Islands or Central America, Honduras or Guatemala or someplace. Because from my place to there was a straight line, just south. And we didn't have any compass. We follow the stars. We know that the sun comes from the east and fall into the west. So we were the opposite way. We went south. You know what I mean? So you know that you have to have the sun in the morning through here and in the afternoon through here. And you gotta go that way, We didn't have any compass. We didn't have any GPS. If we have a GPS on a compass, we'll be, a lot better. So, hey, Mr. B is right there. I don't know if Mr. B wants to come and join us today. Let me see. Let me share this because he always likes to come and show his ugly face here on the chat too.
Now, is the rest of your family still in Cuba?
Well, yes. Actually, my mother passed away. My brother and my father is there, and yeah, pretty much. Actually, my mother was sick, and she went to the U.S. Embassy to ask for a visa, and they denied her to come here because they said that she could be a possible immigrant, but she didn't like to come and stay here. She just wanted to come here and see my son, who was born in 2008. And actually in 2013, I was pretty much not forced, but like I say, forced by the Mr. Obama administration to go to Cuba because his administration denied 3 times the visa to my mother. And after I visited my mother, she got cancer and she died. And that's why I have to travel there. I was very scared when I traveled with my son, and she saw my son for the very first time at the age of 5. And everything because they denied her visa. That's why I'm 129% Republican. And whatever it is, whatever happened, I always will vote Republican. And I respect everybody's point of view. But what they did to my mother and they did to me, and they forced me to go there and see her because otherwise she will be passed away without seeing me, and she say, I wanted to see you before I die.
Yeah. That's too bad that they put you through the ringer like that.
Thank you, Alex.
Give me 1 second. Just say hello to Justin.
Yeah, let's change the subject. I'm wondering, do you think the rain will help the cranberry crops? It's my standard line for changing the
Hey,
topic.
Justin. Hello, man. Welcome aboard.
Good evening, Alex. How are y'all today?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. You know, telling the stories sometimes, living the same thing. You know, remembering is good. And when you remember or you see a picture, you remember and you think you are in the same place.
Oh yeah, it's a great story too. I like hearing. I like hearing you tell your story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we get over this COVID-19 stuff, Alex, I'm coming down to see you so you can buy me a beer in Alaska.
Where are they now? Orlando?
No, I'll come down to you.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's got both audios running.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time and the detail, and I know it can be hard to tell.
No, but that wasn't all. My odyssey was not on the sea.
Yeah.
What the hard time was to escape out of Mexico. Okay?
All right.
Okay, when I got rescued by the Mexican authorities, by the Mexican Coast Guard, I was transported to immigration in Cancun, Mexico. And there started my odyssey. It started, you know, the fight for my freedom. We went there in the Cancun immigration at the airport for 8 days, and they sent us from there to Veracruz, Mexico, and we was there on the Veracruz city for 8 days. And after that, they sent us to El Fortín de las Flores, who was another place. Who was they built that for the Cuban rafting people, and they put 66 Cuban rafting people together on that place, and they were planning with the Cuban government the way to send us back, to deport us back to Cuba.
Oh.
So when I heard that, I was able to ask one of the guys there in immigration, say, may I see your newspaper? And the guy told me, oh yeah, for sure. And then when I saw the newspaper, I actually went to the credit of the newspaper, and I read the number of the redaction, and I called that number. While I was in Veracruz, one of my friends from New York, he sent me $500, and I cannot go out to Western Union to pick up the money. So I talked to the nurse of the immigration there, and I said, you want to make $20? I said, yes. Can you receive me, $480 and bring me that? And can you please buy me a cell phone? And that way I can contact my mother in Cuba and let her know that I'm okay. And tell everybody, all the other families from the raft that we're okay. And she told me, yeah, for sure. So she went there, picked up the money, bought the cell phone for me, and of course she kept their money and give me the rest of the money. So I have like $400 or $300 and some dollars left when I was there in immigration. So when I grabbed that newspaper, and I believe I played smart at the time, I called the redaction and said, we're 66 Cuban raft people here. We are in a hunger strike. We're not going to go back to Cuba. We prefer to die here of hunger before going back to Cuba. And then 30 minutes after that, there was helicopters surrounding the El Fortín and a lot of people. Well, to end you that, I became the leader of the 66 Cuban people, and see how many newspapers I have from Mexico. This newspaper, you know who gave me those newspapers? There was an officer in Brownsville, Texas. When I crossed the border, the U.S. Border Patrol, and that's, you know, he put his hands on my shoulder. He told me, Alexander, welcome to America. You are a free man. Man, I felt so rich that day. And he told me, I was watching your story. I was following you. And I have this for you. And he gave me these newspapers from Mexico. But this newspaper, they added, you know, any regular paper. I just want you to see. That's me right there. This guy here is me. That is me on El-14. That was the letter that we sent to the ex-president Vicente Fox. And that's me again. Oh, hold on, it's right here. That's me again. You see me that right there. And this guy over here is Agustin, the guy who wrote who read the Bible, the guy who was the religion. And this one here is Alexis. And this one here behind me is Javier. So that's me again in another picture right there. You know, that what I have in my hands there was the paper with the letter that I sent to the ex-president Vicente Fox from Mexico, asking him our freedom. And you see, it says, RAF people, they're begging for help to the President Vicente Fox. And the cell phone that I have, I took a couple pictures. That's me and Alexis and the Cuban flag that we made. That's me right here. And that is a group right there reading the Bible. This guy was reading the Bible right there for us. And there's a group of people. So we have everybody right there. Yep.
Really neat.
And then that's another newspaper right here. I don't know what happened. Hold on. I think I just accidentally pressed. And this is another, you know, picture. If you see, I became the leader of the 66 human rafting people right there. So in another one right here, I was sitting right there, me right there, you know, very skinny. Another one right here. And another one right here. So they were keeping, you know, all the picture. Okay, this guy here that you see, he is Charlie Mexico 7 Oscar Charlie. He was the one who teach me. He was the one to teach me how to become a ham radio. Remember that I say I was hunting lizards when I first saw a 160 meter rig, and I saw this gentleman here, this guy, talking on the 160 meter radio. And when I look at him through the window, he told me, "You like this? Come over." And I went and I looked at the 160 meter radio, and I said, "Wow, that's amazing." And he told me, you would love to become a ham radio operator? I said, yes. And I told the guys who were hunting lizard with me, go away, I'm going to stay here. And I look at it, and I talked to somebody who was 3 kilometers away from us. And I said, wow, that's amazing. 3 kilometers away, and I'm talking to somebody. And in that time, hello, Todd, how you doing? How you doing? And in that time, being okay, my local radio station was in 1.480, and of course 160 meters start at 1.600, right? So that radio that he has, a tube radio, was the harmonic were everywhere, you know. So when you transmit, everybody that was surrounding you with the radius of 1 kilometer were listening to you and at the radio station. So I used to like to sing like Eros Ramazzotti, who was an Italian singer, who is an Italian singer. And I was calling, "Qué fantástico amor," he said, "Qué fantástico el amor cuando sorprende." And next day, when I went to my school, everybody was telling me, "Hey, I heard you on Radio Florida." Where? You were singing on Radio Florida. And I said, wow, what amazing, man. I like that thing, you know. That's very pretty neat, man. I'm on the radio. Everybody believes I'm on Radio Florida, and you know, all the, you know, everybody, you know, all the ladies, all the friends, everybody. And I became very popular in the school that day. And I said, well, down. And I went there and repeated and talking, and every time that I was talking on the radio, you know, they were listening to me, and I sing to Tati. And man, that captivated me, and then I became a ham radio operator. So, see, that was me back in Cuba. This one here. See how skinny I was. That was me back in Cuba. And this one here is Amaury. He always had his bicycle. That was the guy who teach me, you know, how to be a ham radio operator. And this guy here, that was when I came to the United States, and that is me there. And this gentleman that you see there, his name is Manolo. He's a ham radio operator, and that was me and his wife right there. So that was the guy who paid me the ticket to go from Houston, Texas to New York. Okay, because I don't have any family here in the United States. So this guy, Manolito Dorta, he paid me the ticket to go from Houston, Texas to New York. And then I hop on into the Greyhound, you know, the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from there, and then I left Houston with a couple, 2 or 3 sandwiches that Manolito's wife gave me. But at the time that I reached to Louisiana, I was hungry. There was a lot of hours after that, you know, actually the next day. And I went to the McDonald's, who was on the same bus station, and I asked for number 1. Remember, I speak English, but not as well as now. I don't speak good English, but you know, now I speak better than before.
Way better.
Way better, yeah. So my son says way better, so that's great. Well, and then when I went to the McDonald's and I look at the thing and I saw combo number 1, it was 7 something. And I told the guy, give me combo number 1. The guy came with the combo number 1, and he told me it was $8 and something. I gave him, but when I was reading, I said $8. And I look at it, and I saw sales tax 67 cents or something like that. I forgot how many cents was. And I called the guy and said, hey, wait a second, come here. I didn't order you this tax. Why are you charging me this? And I got very mad. The same thing that you guys did. The guy started laughing, and I was, you know, I came from Cuba. At that time, I was young, and I said, what the heck? I'm going to fight with this guy. I'm going to fight with him. Why are you laughing at me? And he said, wait a second. He called a Chicano, a Mexican guy who was born in the U.S. And the guy told me, hey, where are you from? I said, I'm from Cuba. When did you came? Oh, 2 days ago. And the guy told me, oh, man, okay, I know what happens. Okay, listen, this is America. In America, you have to pay taxes for everything, okay? There's 2 things that and I've learned that since the first time. There's 2 things that you cannot go away from: paying taxes and the theft, okay? So, he told me, you gotta pay for it. And let me tell you this. I'm the manager here, and I'm gonna do this for you. Here is your money. I'm gonna refund you the money. You keep the food, and they gave me a plastic bag with 6 or 7 more sandwiches for the rest of the trip. They not even charged me for the money, and they gave me sandwiches. And the guy told me, welcome to America, but learn that we have to pay taxes in here. Imagine that. That was amazing. Oh my goodness, the first Lexus just entered into the US. I was crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And then I got into New York, and then in New York, a friend of mine was picking me up in there, and he got me to his home in Pennsylvania. And then, you know, the story, you know, the rest of the story is that I went to his home, and you know, I lived with him for 2 months until I had my working permit and social security card and everything, and I started working. And in the meantime, I was working in a place in Allentown, and I was living in Easton. So I drive 16 miles every day in bicycle to go to work. So when I went to the very first job that I had was in Godiva factory, you know the chocolate factory, the Godiva.
Yeah.
So I went there to pack. You know, I was packing the things and you know working on it. And one day the foreman, you know, the manager of the thing came and he saw the bicycle right at the door and he said, "Where's the bicycle? Throw this away." And the guy said, No. We cannot throw that away. That's for the Cuban guy. They say, "What?" "Yeah, that's from the Cuban guy. He's coming from Easton every day." I said, "Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to him." So he calls me to the office, and I remember was a big guy, and he was sitting on the desk there, and there was a lady who was you know like a supervisor. She was from Puerto Rico and she speaks English and Spanish. So she was the one who told me, "Hey, Papa, come here. He wants to talk to you." And I said, "Oh my God, what I did wrong? They're gonna fire me. I just started, you know, a week ago, and they're gonna fire me now." And I went there, and the guy told me, "Okay, where are you from?" And I said, "No, I'm from Cuba." And then when I talked to him a couple of words, then he told the lady, "We don't need your help. This guy speaks English, so let me talk to him alone." So the lady went away. I remember I believe it was $8.05 an hour. You know, they pay me $8.05 an hour in that job. And when I was talking to him, he asked me, "And why you come from there to here on a bicycle every day?" I said, "Well, because if I take the bus, I will have to wake up at 3 a.m. to take one bus from there to Bethlehem, and then from Bethlehem to Allentown, and then from Allentown to here, and in order to get here, and it is way too long to get here. I prefer to ride the bicycle and come to work." And he said, "Wow, man, if everybody will do what you're doing, man, this country will be much better. So welcome to America. And you know what? You're going to get a raise starting today. And plus, we're going to put you on the line, just put in sticker. You're going to have a sit instead of being walking all day long. You're going to sit on the end of the line, put in sticker, and that's your job. You're going to get the easiest job, and you're going to make $9.25 an hour." When I went out, 20 minutes or 30 minutes after that, the lady from Puerto Rico, who was the manager, called me and said, "What the heck you told this guy?" I said, "Nothing. Why?" He said, "Oh my gosh, you're making the same money that I'm making. And he told me to put you on the best spot, and you've been here for 1 week." Wow, that was amazing. And I said, "Wow, man, that is crazy." And I was making more money. Well, and I was learning how to drive because I never drove a car in my life. Imagine, I came here with 24 years and I never drove a car in my life. So I was learning.
I think God was following you. God was following you.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. So I learned how to drive with my friend Nelson, November 1, November Romeo. And after I got my exam and I got my license, wow, I have my license. Nelson told me, "Sit on that car." And I sit next to him, and he drove with me to the Ford dealership in Bushkill, Pennsylvania, in the Poconos area. And you know, I learned English, but not. I used to know English, but not too much. So when you used to talk to me too fast, I didn't copy what you say. He was talking with the salesman, blah 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 blah. I only hear blah 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 blah. And I just remembered that he switched around and he told me, "Alex, take this key, come with me." I went there and said, "Go, drive this car." That was a pickup truck, a Ford Ranger. That was my first car ever. And I sit in that and I drove around and I parked in there and I said, "Come here with me." And I went there, he was blah, 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 blah. He told me, "Come here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here." And then he put out of his pocket the checkbook and he wrote a check. Boom, 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 boom. And he signed as a cosigner for me. He did the down payment. He signed as a cosigner for me. And he told me, "Here, this is your car. You're working now, you can pay your car. This is your minimum transportation. You no longer would drive in the bicycle anymore." Imagine how good was that, man. That guy. And when I make the money and I went back to give him the money that he put down, you know what he told me?
What?
Tell me. What do you think he told me?
I have no idea.
Forget it. Welcome to America.
He told me, just the fact that you came down to pay me that money, you already paid that off. Use the money to use it in anything. Just pay the car. Just put the money into the car payment. But you already paid me. You're gonna be successful in this country. And
That's really cool.
that's why I still talking to him, and he's a good friend. And one day he have a problem in his antennas, and I drove from Miami to Pennsylvania just to go and fix his antennas. Okay, I told my wife, let's go on a getaway. Let's go to Pennsylvania. Of course, we had family there at the time. We stay in our family house, and I drove there and I fixed his antenna, and he was very happy with that. And I told Nelson, if you ever have any problem, count on me. And I'm still in contact with this guy who was the one who helped me at the border in Houston, Texas, because being grateful is the best thing that a human being can have. You have to be grateful with the people to help you, the people to give you a hand. And I know so many people get help from people and they forget about it. When they're good, when they're in wealth, they forget about the people who give them their hands, you know? And you have to be grateful. And that's why I always says, God bless America. This is the best country in the earth. I'm very grateful with this country that I came here with nothing. And when I crossed the border in Brownsville, Texas, and that officer put his hand into my shoulder and told me, Alex, welcome to America. You are a free man. And he gave me this. There's no money. That is priceless. Nothing can pay but what I got that day, who was my freedom. The freedom of speech. You know, not having a fear. You know, I'm not afraid to say that, you know, I'm a Republican, even if now we have a Democrat president. You know what I mean? If you say that in Cuba, that you don't like Castro, you got in trouble. You can get killed. You know what I mean? And over here, you can say that, you know, and nothing will happen to you. I know that there's many people that maybe don't like this, but that's the reality. You know? So that's pretty much in 48 minutes what happens to me since, you know, I had 24 years or 22 years until now. I mean, the Miami thing, and then it was funny because my life will be attached to ham radio all the time, and ham radio made my life easy. So when I established in Pennsylvania, one day I was talking in a 2-meter repeater, and I talked to a guy in Philadelphia. His name is Jose Torres, November 3 Tango X-ray. Okay, this gentleman, we call Joseito, is a well-known Hispanic guy from Philadelphia. Now he's living in South Carolina. I talked to him and I said, "Whoa, your voice sounds familiar for me. I think we talked before." He said, "Yes, I gotta look at the logs." So my mother sent me a bunch of QSL cards from Cuba, and guess what? His QSL card was in that group. And when I take that QSL card, who was dated for 1994, and I show it to him, I took a picture and sent it to him. He was crying. He said, "Oh, I can't believe I not even remember that QSL card. That was my very first QSL card." And we became friends. And I was talking to him, and I was a pizza delivery driver at the time. And he told me, "You know what, Alex? You have a nice attitude. You are, you know, a hustler. I believe you will be a very good salesman." And Tim Davis is fell in sleep. So I believe what I'm saying is making him sleeping. So, you know what? He told me, "You know, you got to go to Secaucus, New Jersey, and talk to Mr. Rudy Balseiro, and you will be a salesman, no doubt about it."
I know who that is.
You know where is that it?
Rudy Versetto?
Uh-huh.
He's the CEO of Goya, I think.
Well, no, Rudy Barcedo was he passed away. He was the guy who hired the people. He was the guy who trained the people and hired the people. The CEO of Goya is Mr. Bob Unanoy. Okay, Bob Unanoy, yes. But Rudy Barcedo was a Cuban guy, very tall, very, very nice. And when I talk to him and I say, well, I'm here because my friend Jose from Philadelphia sent me to here and say, who you want to talk to? And I said, I wanted to talk to Rudy Barcedo. I said, oh, he's not here. He's here on Sundays. And I said, oh yeah? But he told me to come here on Wednesday. He said, you speak English? I say, yes, I speak English. I say, well, and I asked him and who I'm talking to, who you are. And he told me, oh, I'm Bill Clinton. I said, well, nice to meet you. I'm George Bush's son. Because he told me he was Clinton. I said, nice to meet you. This is George Bush's son. And he told me, come here, man. And he told the secretary, do you think this is a good candidate? He said, yes. Well, the interview, I was prepared. I knew when the company started, all the products that they have, what was the gross sales and everything. I was prepared to go to the interview. And guess what? The interview lasts about 40 minutes. I was telling him the way that I escaped from Cuba. When I finished that, he gave me a paper and said, go and do the drug test. And I said, what is this for? He said, you hired. Oh, because, I thought you were going to ask me if I have any experience. I don't need to know that you have experience, because just talking to you and listening you talking, I know you will be a good salesman. So he gave me the opportunity. And then when I called this guy and said, well, I have the paper to do the drug test, he told me, you're hired, man. Welcome to the Goya family. So I became the salesman, a sales trainee. And that was when I was driving around, Pennsylvania, and I pretty much knew Pennsylvania. So I got my route 3 months after I was a sales trainee. And I started as a salesman, and man, my life changed completely. From there to here, the rest of the story, having a very good life. And everything I thanks to Mr. Jose Torres and 3TX, and I thanks that to America. This is a great country. And while I was there in Pennsylvania, I met some very good friends like November Lima 7HU and Mike, Mr. Pete, and many good friends over there in Pennsylvania. I used to go to the DRRC, which is the Delaware Amateur Radio Club, and I remember I used to go to the milk house over there and spend time there, and they were welcoming me. Even if I have a hard accent at the time, a little harder than now, they welcome me, and I feel like family. I feel like we're integrated into the American society. This country opens the door for me and welcome me, and my gratitude and my loyalty is with this country, and it will be forever. And I have my son who was born in Pennsylvania, and man, what else I can ask God? I have everything that I dream in my life. Whatever I dreamed when I was a child, I have it now. Imagine that. So pretty much, I tell you guys my story, and let me show you. Hold on 1 second.
That's really cool. I was always curious about your story and everything. I'm glad to hear it today.
Yeah, I'm going to show you, my station. Of course, I got to go because it's a virtual thing. I'm going to move to get another beer, and you can look at my station.
That's quite a setup.
Okay, I'm back, and yeah, that's it. I believe that's the part of my story, and I did it I see Justin there. Justin was driving and now he gets into the place. Justin, how is your big truck? I remember your big truck. Haha, you shared that with us a while ago. I was missing you for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, you got some new antenna. I can hardly hear you ever. But it's good. It's parked over here in the stable.
Man, and tell me something, Todd. Welcome. I'm sorry I was telling the story and I didn't give you the opportunity to say hello to the friends there. Go ahead and say hello to everybody.
It's Carter right there, Alex. Hi, everyone.
Oh,
How you doing?
Hey, Alex, remember that last week, I was saying something about a modification for one of the steppers,
Uh-huh.
and I asked the guy about it, and he has one of the 3-element steppers. And the modification is that you can add a 4th element to it to make it a 3-element on 6 meters.
Wow. That is very nice.
That's what I was trying to remember. I couldn't, at the time last week, I couldn't remember what it was, but I heard him on the air and I was like, I'm gonna ask him so I could get back to you with that.
Okay, well, that is nice, man. That'll be pretty neat, you know. Unfortunately, I cannot do that here, but I will do that in the future. And you know, this is America. You can actually get another home, and I will definitely will get another one with no HOA, and I will put a tower. I don't know if you remember, if I show you the picture that I have in Pennsylvania, a very huge tower with big antennas. And let me share with you that was my antennas right there. It was 60 feet with the Hazer and 8-element low periodic Yagi and the 2-element Yagi for 40 meter linear loader, you know, and the 3-element Yagi for 6 meter band. And that was me right there in Pennsylvania.
that's
I
awesome.
can only wish.
Yeah. And I remember I was the big gun that time, you know. Now I'm a little guy, but that time I was a big gun, you know. I have 200 and some countries like that in single side band. That was crazy. That was a great antenna. The Sommer antenna, the XP507 from Sommer. Great antenna.
Did you ever see the video for K3LR's video that somebody did with a drone with
Mhm.
his setup?
Oh man, that is a great antenna. You know, I will love to go there one day. I dream that, and you know, we'll go and operate his station there.
He's only like like 25 miles south of me.
Wow, man, I would love to operate his station one day. That
Yeah,
is
I
one of
would
the
too.
dreams that I have. You know, you always have a dream, and that is one of the dreams that I have to accomplish one day. I maybe will go there once. Nobody knows, you know, but I will try to do it in the future. Hey Tim, tell us something, man. I seen that you're falling asleep. Tell us what are your projects or what radio do you have, and tell me something about your channel. What do you plan to do? You plan to do some live streaming near, or I mean in the near future, or you're still you know
So
tight?
I've got kind of just the last couple months kind of pulled back the reins. I was gonna do some more live streaming, but just trying to find content that I think would be, enjoyable to people. I definitely wanted to use the channel as kind of a mentoring or an elder type opportunity to help people, but I'm finding there's a lot of other voices out there kind of doing the same thing. But that doesn't mean that I can't do it too. So I think one of the things I'm going to play around with, I've got a dongle here. It's a dongle that's got the AMBE 3000 chip on it,
Okay.
and it will allow you to do D-Star,
DMR and C4FM.
absolutely. All three of those from these chips without a radio.
I
So
know.
you can use your computer and jump onto all three of the networks.
And you know you can use your cell phone as well. You know that, right?
Yeah, now some people do that with the hotspots, and in that case you still have to use a radio. If you're using the hotspot and you're transmitting or you know broadcasting with the hotspot in the hand.
No, but with that dongle, you can use
Oh,
your
yeah.
cell phone and use the phone as the radio. You know.
Correct. Yes, you can do that. There's one software package that I'm aware of is the Blue TV, and it's pretty good. I've been running it for a couple of years, but I'm where I live right now. I'm kind of halfway in between two major cities, and so I don't have access to DMR or D-Star or well, we do have fusion repeaters in town, but they're not connected into the internet or anything. So this is a $100 opportunity for me to get on all three networks and be able to use those without having to buy a radio.
Wow. Yeah, that is it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. A friend of mine has one, and you know, I downloaded an application that the name is Droid Star. Okay.
Droid Star. Okay.
Droid Star is an application. I'm going to show you here. Droid Star. You have it in here, and then if you go with that Droid Star, and you connect. You see, I have that connected with the local repeater right here with the C4FM local repeater, and see what happened with the cell phone. Hello, Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Anybody here? ¿Alguna estación por aquí? Buenas tardes. You're gonna see if somebody answer me. This is pretty neat and it's free.
So what are you doing to do the encoding for C4FM?
No, you just put on there the mode that you want. It has all the modes. C4FM, P25, everything.
Okay.
Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Anybody here? ¿Alguien está por aquí? ¿Cuál es esta? And I'm gonna see somebody, you know, be here. Sometimes, you know, nobody's around the repeater, but hopefully we have luck. This is a great thing that you can download that, and it's made for Android. It's not made for iPhone. And I'm recently have an iPhone, but you know, I still have my Android for the nice, you know, apps, you know, that I like. And the name is Hello Radio. ¿Quién está por aquí? Guaraceta. Qué barbaridad, no hay nadie por aquí, me fui. Well, nobody's there, but I can get connected
That always
everywhere.
seems to happen when you want to demonstrate something.
Yeah,
It's
that
always
happens
case
all
in
the
it.
time. Vamos a ver quién está por aquí, receta. Vamos a ver quién está por aquí, CQ.
Wow.
Imagine calling CQ in a 2-meter repeater.
Oh, there's people who have done it.
Alex, is that it?
Okay, Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Hello, Judel, go ahead.
No, I'm watching you in the live stream. Say hello to Rick and all the other guys there.
Okay, tell me where are you and what are you using right now? What kind of interface you using? You have, tell me what you have to connect it here. Are you using the cell phone or you're using the radio? Tell me something about it.
The T350 or 380 is the radio over.
Okay, yeah, he have the the TYT 380 and the open spot 2. The open spot 2. So he's connected to our repeater through his radio, and I'm connected to the repeater to my cell phone. How about that? That's great. Go ahead, Judel, and tell me where are you located? Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Okay, I was asking you, where are you located? Tell me your call sign slowly and tell me where are you located.
Hello to the people there. I'm in Suriname, South America. The former Dutch Guyana, over.
Okay, Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango, Whiskey 7 Hotel United. Okay, thank you for the contact from Suriname, and thank you for watching me on the YouTube. My pleasure, brother. 73s.
Alex, is that what you're talking about?
Keep coping here. 70, bye-bye.
Okay, 73. Ciao, ciao. Okay, the application name is Droid Star. Okay, it's just an Android thing, and it's the name is Droid Star. I believe yes, it's that one. But you have to get that into your cell phone, you know, into the Android market.
I'll have to look that up.
And it's great, right? It's pretty neat. And you can you can work in this star, DMR, P25, any mode that you want, and connect to anybody that you want. I believe it's pretty neat, right?
Because I was actually at one time thinking about getting a hotspot. Now I can't remember which one it was, but it does the C4FM and DMR and D-Star. And I think there was, I think there was something else on it. But a guy here demonstrated it, and it was really cool.
Well, I have this Anytone.
one of those.
I have this Anytone, and I'm not using that anymore because I have that. Why I'm gonna have a walkie-talkie and all that stuff? You can have that, you know. And what I did is I sent the TYT to Judel, and the open spot 2 that I have. The open spot is a very great. I believe
That's what it was.
it's the best.
Open spot.
I believe the open spot 2 or 3 in this case, which is the one on the market now, is the best interface that you can have, the best hotspot that you can use. Because you don't have to program anything. You program one, and with the radio you can switch for C4FM or DMR or D-Star, anything, and it works great. With one radio, you can work in all of the modes because it do cross mode, and it's great. The open spot 2, the one that I have, that I send it for free, you know, to my friend. It was a gift to my friend Judel in Suriname. And see, I call on the repeater, the local repeater. He was connected there. Bing, he answered to me. You know, that was great. So Paul, what do you think about that application? You like it?
Well, I haven't been a DMR fan much, but now I am because I just downloaded the app and I'm going to play with it for a while. I'm kind of this way. I probably rubbed some feathers the wrong way here. If it ain't going out over the airwaves, that's not radio to me. But, you know, for what you guys are doing, it ends up on the air sometime, some way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It winds up somewhere over the air. So,
And then
yeah,
I'm
it's
telling
got
you
the
something.
call sign.
You know what? FTA. Yeah, somebody have the display in there. The FTA.
Yeah.
The FTA does not sound like as a ham radio for me. But I cannot say I'm not going to do FTA. So when I'm doing FTA, well, you know, once in a blue moon, but you cannot say no to the new technology because when there wasn't AM and the single sideband came, I heard story from people saying, "Oh, that's not ham radio. Single sideband is not a ham radio." And now we're blaming on the FDA and on the new technology, and we say that's not ham radio, but it is.
Well, that's the really thing nice about this hobby. There are so many aspects, so many different things, and because I don't particularly like it or want to do it, that's fine. That's me. And if you guys want to do FT8 until you've DX'd everybody on the planet, and the other planets,
hey,
have at it.
I'm telling you, I saw a posting on Facebook of one of my friends from Cuba. He showed a picture of he have the 50 states in all the bands from 80 meter until 10 meter band. And I said, wow. And when I saw that, I said, wow, having the from Cuba, the 50 states in all the bands from 80 meter to 10 meter, that's a huge accomplishment. And when I saw that and I commented, oh, congratulations. I hope you have those contacts in single sideband. If no, congratulate you and your PC too. I'm congratulating you and your PC. That was well done. You know what I mean? So what I told the guy is, FDA is easy. That's not, the thing that, okay, if you tell me that you have from 80 meter to 10 meter band, the working all the state of the XCC in single sideband in all the bands, then you are the man. Having on FDA is easy.
Alex,
Yes.
I don't want to pop your bubble, but all of FT8 runs in upper sideband.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
So he met your requirements.
Yes.
Met your requirements.
Yes, but it's the computer, not you. You cannot say the people hello.
So, talking about the parade forward of technology, my good friend I told you that I was staying with last weekend, he came out of the radio business. He was a program director for some very large radio stations in the Midwest. And he was around when they transitioned from AM and started putting in more and more FM stations. And the popular thing from the engineers in the AM stations was, if it don't snap, crackle, and pop, it ain't radio.
Hey, man, but you know what? But like I say, I still, I do that. And my son is right here. He's behind me. And when he started calling, when he was started working for his work in all the state, he saw that he have in FDA the 50th state, and I told him, until you have the 50th state and single sideband, I'm not gonna pay for the certificate for sure. You know, and the same thing with his DXCC. I'm not gonna pay for until you have your 50 states and your DXCC if you don't have them in single sideband. Wow, nice.
And digital.
Hey guys, welcome Daniel from Canada, Victor America 3, Sierra Delta Oscar. Hello, brother.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? Good. You guys hear me all right?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, very good.
Like if you were in 6 meter band with 2 kilowatts and an FM station.
What's that?
We're hearing you like if you were in 6 meter band with 2 kilowatt, 20 element Yagi and FM quality.
Oh, very good. Very good. It's funny you guys you're talking about FT8 and the idea of like it not being, ham radio. There's something about when you're hearing someone's audible, like you're hearing them, even in the noise, that like just pulling them out and hearing them and making that contact in person. It's to me, I've never touched digital. I might try it, but I have no real draw towards that because there's just something about turning the dial, hearing, making contact, talking to the person. To me, the charm isn't there in the digital, but some people it's for them, and I know like I don't discredit it, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same appeal to me.
Maybe it was digital.
Exactly, but it's different because I remember when I used to do ready, and when you do ready, you can type, or you can put the markers, but you can communicate with people and say hello, and if they ask you a question, you answer them back, you know.
I think CW is in a whole category of its own. It's a whole, to me, it's a completely different. Yeah, just the history of it, the you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you do
those
FTA?
who don't remember, don't forget about, what is it, FT8 call. To where it's more along the lines of where you can, you know, actually QSO and send pictures and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah, my understanding FT8 is just computer to computer, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
And it's pretty much automatic.
Automatically.
But what I'm talking about is FT8 call, which is completely different than regular FT8. Because with FT8 call, you can actually have a QCell, and I'm pretty sure you can send pictures with it.
Díselo a la gente, ¿eh? You know what my son told me now? The only reason that you don't like FDA is because you're old. Hello? Man, that's crazy.
Right.
He likes
Wow,
FDA,
you're
you know,
too
he
old.
likes FDA. But I say, well, you like it, that's okay, you know. And he's learning now in CW.
I like to
Guys,
talk
this has
to
been
people.
really great. I gotta go.
Huh?
I gotta go.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul. You know, this always start, you know, at the beginning with some audio problems, but
Yeah.
we get by and we fix it at the end. And I like that, you know, you're patient, and thank you for being here. And next week we're gonna debate about the, you know, maybe we debate about the FDA, and we may have some, you know, somebody to show us how they do the FDA and share the screen with us. That'll be pretty neat.
Well, instead of a debate, maybe a tutorial and an appreciation for people who like to do things.
Hey, Paul, I'm going to give you
March to the beat of a different saxophone player, as I like to say.
Exactly.
Hey, Paul, I'm going to give you a little challenge, and this
Okay.
is something that kind of works like FT8. It's called Whisper, WSPR.
Yeah, I know what Whisper is.
Okay, so one of the nice things about FT8, and just think of it as more of a mode, right?
Yeah.
But with that, and probably less with FT8, but more if we went back to JT65, was how far could you get your signal? How far can you communicate with other people on as little amount of power as possible?
Yeah.
Because that was more of a weak signal detection type mode, just like Whisper is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was the initial idea. But I'm seeing,
Right.
and I'm hearing from people that say they're using an amplifier to do FTA.
Oh,
Hello.
absolutely. Which so a lot of people have gone that way with FTA, but back with JT65, it was a little bit more involved. It was, you know, that function of just the back and forth. You know, here's my call sign, here's your call sign, here's my report, here's your report, thank you, goodbye, 73, and you were done. Actually, over 6 minutes, like a 6 minute window. But it was really just seeing how far could you get your signal. I mean, they've got PSK Reporter is a website that as your decodes get sent up to this thing, and then I can see that, you know, I'm running 20 watts, but now I'm all over Central Europe.
Yeah, well,
so there's a little bit more to it than
I've used WSJTX for propagation, just to see what the propagation is. See what station it's being. And with Whisper, just to see if hey, it's 20 open right now, even if it's a weak signal to Europe, but it's open.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll go there. But if it isn't open, then I'll go somewhere else. So, you know, I appreciate that aspect of it.
Yeah, so there's a cool, do you do anything with Raspberry Pis?
I know I'm an Arduino guy.
Arduino, okay. So I'm not sure about Arduino, but I know with Raspberry Pi, you can generate about 200 milliwatts of RF off of it.
Yeah.
And so there's a cool hat that you can buy from, I think it's the Phoenix Amateur Radio Group or something, and then build a 200 milliwatt Whisper station. And have
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
I'm
just doing
gonna
that
go.
propagation.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's fun, that's
Yeah,
fun.
I'm gonna have to go.
Hey, thank you so much, Paul. My pleasure, and see you next Saturday, okay?
All righty, cheers.
Take care. Have
Good
fun.
week, guys.
Bye
Thanks,
now.
Phil. Alex, I'm gonna have to get off of here. I got somebody calling me and they're blowing my phone up and it's.
Okay, no problem, man. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, take care. We'll talk to you on the radio.
Take care, brother.
Hey, Rick. Bye-bye.
Hey, team, yeah, it's pretty neat that, every time that I listen to somebody with Q or P, I don't know if you've been watching my videos lately, but the other day I have 2 or 3 people with 5 and 10 watts. They were putting 5 and 9 plus into my radio. And man, I asked the guy, are you telling me the truth? Because he was 5 and 9 plus 20,
Wow.
one of them.
So I understand the solar cycle is on kind of an upswing right now, and hopefully we will start seeing better propagation and much better DX.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the solar cycle will wake up, man, because the propagation has been very crazy lately.
Heck, what was it, month and a half ago, where the SFI was up in the 90s? And I've been on HF since 2015. I haven't seen those numbers until then.
I know. And there was solar flares, solar floats, some solar flares that was affecting the other day, right? Like 2-3 days ago. Oh.
That I am unsure of.
Yeah. And how is the weather, the propagation right there in Canada, Daniel?
It's really a hit and miss lately. I find that some nights it's almost like radio silence. Very few, very few people on, and then other nights it's just crazy. It's been propagation is. I was really hopeful a couple weeks ago. Like it seemed like all of a sudden everything just came to life, and then some nights you go down and it's like last night was just really disappointing when I went down to the radio to my ham shack. So I don't know. Well, I'm hoping it's going to get a little bit better, but we'll see.
Well, I got you the other day on 20 meter, and it was great. And I believe we have also a contact in 40, right?
Yeah, I think we made a few contacts. Because, Alex, you don't understand, man. Some days I'll just turn the radio on, and it's just like, boom, almost like the voice of God coming through the radio, man. It's just so like, lately you haven't been as good as you were before. Honestly, before you changed your antenna, you were like every day without fail, there's Alex. But lately, some days it's a hit and miss.
Yeah, because what happened is now I have a directional antenna.
Yeah.
And if I'm not pointing at your direction, you're not going to listen to me as well as I was doing with the dipole. That dipole antenna that I have is in Suriname now. I sent it to my friend Judel. So you may be going to have a QSO with Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango very soon. And he's from in South America right now. So that antenna is gone. It's in South America. But I'm telling you something, man. This morning I didn't live stream it because I gotta go to Costco to buy food for the week, and I point my antenna to Europe, man, and that was amazing, man, amazing. I listened so many stations from Europe, like if I listen to station from the U.S., and I couldn't do that with the dipole. It's not the same, man. It's crazy. That antenna is gorgeous. I mean, it's so small and the performance so great. Actually, I received an email today from a guy asking me about the antenna. I have to sit down and explain him. But imagine that it's like day and night. I was contacting the people from Utah and Washington and California. 5 and 5, 5 and 6. But I don't know if you're listening to me. I have been contacting California, Utah, Idaho, 5 and 9 plus.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, before I had this antenna.
Yeah.
So it's great. You look the omnidirectional, but you have the gain. Whatever you focus your antenna to is gone. I mean, it's going that way. You know?
That's cool. Yeah. So obviously it's a great antenna. It's just that for on my end, I've noticed a difference. But honestly, even when I do hear you, you're always like S9 plus 10. You know. And what is it, like 3,000 miles between me and Florida, something like that.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
no, you're doing good with that.
I mean, I like the antenna, and it's very compact. In fact, when I put the antenna, my wife told me, "Oh, that looks nice. Looks like a bow tie." You know. And yeah, all of the. Ahora que vas a decirme.
Mentira, yo digo que esa cosa está fea.
You know, my son come now and say, "Oh, yeah, you know that's a big antenna," and I said, "That's not a big antenna. I have a bigger antenna with the 40 and 20 Remember when I had the dipoles cross, the 40 meter and the 20 meter? That was ugly and that was huge.
Yeah.
You know.
Were you saying that at one point your HOA had an issue with one of your antennas?
Yes, I have the 40-80 meter double bazooka.
Okay.
I have it from my home to a tree in my backyard, not on my property, outside my property on the common area. But I have it, of course, very high, and it wasn't affecting anybody. So one day there was a neighbor
A snitch?
who was passing by.
Somebody say snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was passing by, and he saw the cable, and he said, "Oh, I'm scared. That's gonna kill me." And he contacted the HOA. The HOA contacted me, and I explained, "Okay, this is a ham radio. Nothing will harm anybody." Blah blah blah. And he told me, "Okay, you can do anything you want, but you have to do that in your property. You cannot go outside of your property." Okay. So okay, fine. And I put the mastel and I put my antennas and inside of the property, and everybody's happy. It's not visible from the front of the house, and I have no problem. You know.
Cool. Yeah, I remember you talking about that one time. And then, so right now you only have the step IR. Is that what you have?
The step by out and the 2 meter 440 antenna, which I don't use it much because now with these, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase a little bit the step by R, and I'm going to knock down the 2 meter 440 because I can have that on my cell phone now. You know.
Yeah. Huh.
If I raise my step by R 5 feet, it will be amazing because so close to the roof now and it's performing great. When I raise that 5 feet, there will be a big difference.
Which antenna do you have?
Now,
Yeah.
the Orban Beam by Stepper. Orban Beam, step by R, Orban Beam.
Yeah, I'm on their website right now.
Yeah, that is the best antenna that you can have if you have HOA, because it's only 15 feet radius. I mean, if your property is only 15 feet, from the center, I mean, it's 30 feet. You put that on the center of the property, 15 feet that way, 15 feet this way. It will fit that there because it's a 15 radius. It's actually 30 feet because it's 15 plus 15. But if your property have 30 feet, which is basically all of the property have 30 feet at least, that's the side of the house. You can have that inside of your property without going out to your neighbor's property.
I've got a half-acre lot that I live on, and we don't have an HOA.
Yeah.
So I don't have a whole lot of room in the backyard, and I have no trees at all.
Wow.
I've got a
You're being blessed.
yeah, I've got a 30-foot vertical, ground-mounted vertical, and then I've also got a in-fed antenna that's cut for 40 and 20.
Wow. That's a great
As
thing.
far as the radios, and
You
so
want to
I've
show
got that-
you want to show us the picture of the antennas?
I don't have any pictures of the antennas. I'd have to take everything outside.
Well, I just put the thing that you can share your screen, but yeah, if in the next time you can take some picture, put it in your
Oh,
computer,
yeah,
you can share that.
I'll do that. So the infrared antenna I've actually, a buddy of mine built it, and I use it for POTA activations. And so in the summertime, we gather up stuff, we'll go, there's 4, 5, 6 of us, we'll go find a park, go activate a park and everything. And so now that it's gotten colder and I'm not doing that right now, I went ahead and just strung it up across my backyard just to give me a different antenna profile. So it runs north and south.
Hey, I have one question for you. Do you have a green screen behind you?
Yeah.
That's why you look so great with that. Having the green screen, it gives you the opportunity to have a picture background as good as you have. It's great. Because every time that I put the picture background, I lose, things, and, because I don't have a green screen.
Yeah. This behind me is the computer system that I used to work on when I was in the Navy.
Wow.
So that's a like a 1960s vintage, very univac.
Well, were you telling me that computer system, it was slower than this cell phone?
It is slower than your calculator watch.
Exactly.
And was that one of the ones that had like a 30,000 square foot building that housed the computer?
No, so that actually, this is the computer. It's about the size of a little bit larger than like a double wide refrigerator. And there was 4 of them on our ship, and these were the core of the Terrier missile system, which is the surface-to-air missile system before the current one is the Aegis missile system that they got now. But we had 4 of those on the ship, and they took all the inputs from the ship, from the tracking radars, the search radars, calculated a fire control solution, programmed the missile, and out it went. So,
Wow.
and Alex, I wanted to say this earlier, and so I spent 8 years in the Navy, and 6 of them I did on a ship at a sea command. And
Wow.
how many did you say? 22 days that you spent out at sea?
Mm-hmm.
22 consecutive days. At
Yeah,
sea.
20 since we start our journey was 22 days. Actually, the day that since we had the storm was 18 days.
Okay. Well, where I was going with this was that 6 years in the Navy, living on a ship, the most time I ever spent consecutively away from land was 18 days.
Wow.
So you actually probably have a little bit, not as much sea time as I've got, but consecutive days out at sea.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
and that was our.
But but I bet you have water and food.
Yeah, we had the ability to
Toilet, water, food.
we had the ability to make our own water. So
Wow. Well, we have to, and the reason that we have the urine was because if you drink sick water, salt water, you die. But if you drink your own urine, at least you can survive. And it was this point that one of the guy named Alexis, he had a problem in his kidney. He was urinating his blood, and he say one day, "Hey guys, if I die, just eat me." And he said, "You can eat, from this side here, you can eat me, and you can survive." I say, "No, Alex. If you die, we're gonna tie you on a rope, and if we all die, we're gonna get tied, and we're gonna land it somewhere because the rock will land somewhere one day, and then with our ID, our family will know where we are. We're not gonna eat you, But that was so bad that he was at this point that he said, "You can eat me," He thought he will die. I was crazy, man.
I have to say that all the time that I have spent out at sea, I've never thoughts like that never had crossed my mind. I was lucky that, you know, I don't know, probably the toughest point in my whole time out at sea was starting the first Gulf War, and we were going into the Persian Gulf to be part of the Gulf War, and as we're going into the Straits of Hormuz, I go into one of the missile houses, and there's live missiles up on the rail, ready to be deployed if needed.
Wow.
And you know, and that was the first time I'd been around live missile shoots and everything, but that was the first time that, and I was about 19 at the time, that you know, I walked in and I saw that, and I kind of had a moment there that you know, I realized that if this bird leaves, it's going to kill somebody, right? I mean, that was the point of it. And that was kind of the time I went from, you know, being a snot-nosed 19-year-old to a man. I think, you know, in my opinion, it's just that realization that what I was there for hit me.
Wow, that's crazy.
But
Todd is telling me that what antenna I was using before that. I was using the antenna that Udell has right now, which is the a 20 meter linear loader, you know. But yeah, I have it here. Let me see if I can show you this. Uh-oh. So I don't know if I will be able to share these. No, I don't think so. I have to download this. Well, that was the a 20 meter rotatable dipole and a 40 meter rotatable dipole. But I have, you know, I'm gonna send you the picture later on. I don't know where I have it now, but I'll look for it and I will send it to you. And also want to welcome Joseph, the 3 Golf Kilo Tango from Canada. So he's watching that and he say, hello guys, you're all well. And yeah, maybe you all can send him a picture of the antenna. Okay, yes, well, that's pretty tough, you know, to be on the sea for so many days. And man, I don't think I will, if I was in Cuba, I will do it again, with no doubt about it.
oh yeah.
I will jump into another raft and I will do it again for the 3rd time, but it's not easy, it's pretty tough. You know.
So Alex, when you got here, how did you go from arriving on a raft? Obviously, the military. I think the military picked you up, brought you to Mexico. Was that correct? Okay. Then now, obviously, you're an established, you know, like you're a sales guy. What was your story from there? Like, quickly, like in a synopsis, what brought you to where you are today? Like, I think it's, first of all, I heard your story one time, and I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. It's
Okay, what part you want to know? The part when I came to the Pennsylvania, or from Pennsylvania to here? Or...
Well, obviously, you arrive here, and you gotta make a go of it. You gotta set yourself up, and now you're in Florida. You're established. You're I believe in sales. What happened? How did you hit the ground running to bring you to where you are today? Like, I think there's more to your story than.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me grab another beer and pass for the baby room, and I'll be back. Now we can come back next Saturday with other story. Next Saturday, somebody will have to tell us their story, you know, because I've been telling my story, the complete life, and which is not bad, you know, it's great. I like to tell the story, and I tell that because I want every American in this country being proud of being an American and love and appreciate this country. This is a great country, and it's the ground of the opportunity. When I first got here, I did not even have a penny in my pocket, and I don't have much, but I have everything that I need to have a decent life. And that's possible because of this beautiful country, you know?
You know, there's a lot of young people that should hear your story. You know, a lot of the kids nowadays, they grow up with everything, and don't understand the sacrifice, you know, and the way people live outside of the United States, and the freedoms we have, the ability to do what we want when we want, and I think, you know, it's obviously it's a great story. We should make a movie.
Yeah. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Justin, for coming in. Thank you, Todd. And thank you, team. I appreciate that. Oh, B3 India Golf Bravo is just coming in. Let's wait for him and say hello. And before we hang out and go, but that's our friend Bob. Bob,
Alex,
Bob in Seneca. Yeah, hello, Bob. Let me write something to drink, and I'll be back, guys. I gotta go to the pee room right away. And just don't hang out. I'll be back.
All right. You guys take care. I gotta step out.
All right, Tim.
All right. See you later.
Take it easy.
Hello, Mr. Bob. How you doing from Seneca, the boys of Seneca?
Hello, Alex. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And I was about to leave, but I have to stay now. The boys of Chicago and the boys of Seneca are here. So we're gonna stay here for a while now. Hi. Welcome, Mr. Kevin, and welcome, Mr. Bob.
All right. Well, hello, everybody.
Hello, Kevin. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, so somebody have the YouTube playing up. You have to mute the YouTube. Yep.
Whoop. Disappeared.
You. I believe you have the YouTube running, Bob.
Yeah, I'm trying to shut that off.
Don't worry about it, brother. We're not going anywhere.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Yes, I hear you,
Now I
brother.
got it all.
Hey, Kevin, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you? What's happening?
You know, I was telling the story. You know how I escaped from the raft to Paul, kind of informal. You know, not to the writing. I was briefing, telling the story and stuff. We start from
that old story again. How many times you gonna tell that story? Come
man.
on.
Everybody that tell me the story, I gotta tell them. I sent them to K. I sent them to K5YBY YouTube channel, but they wanted to hear from me.
I would, you know what? I would tell a story to anyone who would listen to it. Alex, that's an incredible story, man. And I'm proud of you for making it. I'm proud of you for making it this far, man.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell it to you again. At least not today. Ay, man. Ay. Hey, man, how was your birthday? Tell me something. Did you cook out on the snow?
You know what I did for my birthday? We went to Culver's. You know what Culver's is?
No.
It's a hamburger place. When they make they make it for you right then and there. It's like it's a really good I don't know what you have in Florida that's equivalent to Culver's. It's a really good hamburger place.
Kind of like a upscale fast food.
Yeah, upscale fast food burger joint. Yeah, upscale fast food burger joint. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So we went there, and of course you can't in Illinois. You can't eat indoors. So we had to go through the drive-up. We had to eat it in the car. So that's what we did for my birthday. My 60th birthday, we ate Culver's burgers in the car. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So.
Happy belated birthday to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, another happy belated.
Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Alex, I need to pick your brain a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing that Iva is here, but I need to know the call sign of Iva, because before there were two kids, who came in and they start talking, about words and stuff, and we're not supporting that thing. They should behave better. And I give the right to come to everybody who will would be okay and not telling bad words and stuff. I don't know if Iva have a call sign. It's a ham radio or not, but if I don't have a call, a call sign, I'm not gonna let him in here. So, and I'm sorry about that. I don't want that happens again. So yeah, don't tell me your call sign. I'm not gonna put you in there.
Alex, speak up.
Huh?
Speak up so we can hear you. I can't. You're like real low.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Some audio.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you listen to me now better?
Yeah, that's much better.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So
What are you drinking, Alex? What are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking.
Oh, Miller Lite. Come on.
Hey man, this is great for the body. You can go to the pee room 2-3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to clean the body.
No me digo.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? Miller Lite. Wait. I got something for you. Hold on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alex, you've kind of inspired me, and I'm thinking of doing my own YouTube channel.
Nice.
Stream. What all do you need for that?
I mean, you need a fast computer, and that's it. Pretty much that, and then you put OBS or Streamlabs OBS. And if you want, you can shoot me an email with your phone number, and I can call you and I can help you out to set up that.
Okay. I've been thinking about it, and I really don't know a whole lot about it. But I know that, my audio and everything is already in my computer because, I'm set up for V8 and stuff like that. So
$775
I get it to work, thank you, if you will.
We're both retired now, and I've had all the big conferences.
Wow.
Miller Lite, mira.
Wow, that's a big one. That is a big one.
Miller Lite.
44 ounces.
This is my Miller Lite.
I'd like to be under 100,000.
I just got out of my expert class. This was 9 o'clock this morning, dude.
Wow.
Were you on earlier today on the radio? Early today, Alex?
Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Alex Alex is ignoring me.
No, I'm sorry, I was doing something here, you know. Hey, no. Everything is good. There was actually food shopping earlier, and you know, I came down and I started, you know, the live streaming, and like always, I have audio problems at the beginning. I fixed that, and we started, you know, talking, and we've been here for 2 hours and 57 minutes.
Oh, yeah? How was propagation?
Propagation was great. Everybody was 5 and 9.
Really?
Oh yeah, you're 5 and 9 now.
Oh, yeah. I better be 10 over. What do you mean 5 and 9? I better be 10 over.
Yeah.
I got a gig internet connection. I better be at least 10 over.
Yep. So you're 5 and 9, plus 20,
Plus 10?
plus 20, plus 20.
Plus 20? Okay. I can't stay long. The wife went to get dinner, so I can't stay too long. She made me a salad. She went to get some chicken. We're gonna have chicken tonight. Some chicken, some pollo.
Yeah, the now area is good too.
That is crazy, man. Well, you know, it's always a pleasure for me talking to you, and you know, you're more than welcome. I believe, I'm not sure, you will receive something shortly into the mail, because I don't want you to tell me, oh, I want the new one, blah blah blah.
For the new one for 17 meters?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. I would send you one for 17, but it's gonna be a Mexican card. You want Mexican card?
No. That's okay. I have it, and.
I got my same card, so.
Oh, you have two. You have the one for 20 and the one for 17. You know, now I have two.
Yeah, I'll have two. But I'll have two new ones. I have the old one and the new one.
You're gonna have three: the old one and the two new ones.
Oh, you got two new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
that's right. They printed you one because they couldn't get you the. Because the new ones took so long. One just.
No, I'm not copying you because I believe I don't know if Bob is having an audio playing in the back.
Oh, yeah, my wife's on the phone with somebody.
Yeah, because I
You just mute it.
No, that's
probably
okay.
was doing it. Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay. That's okay. No problem. What was your question again, brother?
They printed you an extra set because it took so long to get your original ones, right?
No. What happened is the original ones I ordered from Bulgaria, and I ordered 3 months ago. My Zoom account, I think it was company. Oh my goodness, man! Oh my goodness! I didn't know it was you, man, Mr. B. I'm sorry, man. Let me unblock your thing because I thought it was the kids who were playing with us. I'm sorry about it. I was Eva. Oh my god, man! But you didn't tell me your call sign. I thought you were playing with me. I'm Eva. I was going on number 7. Oh my goodness, man! I didn't know that. Whew, let me see how I unblocked you from there. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I don't know how I can get there. Ah, Jesus, man. Man, you know what? I'm sorry about it.
You ain't sorry. Don't.
You may have to go in through the web interface, Alex. to
Yeah,
do that.
let me. How should I go there?
Oh, go to the Zoom webpage, the zoom.us, and then log in, and you may have to do it through there. I'm not exactly sure. But I doubt you can do it through the program itself.
Oh man, that's bad, man.
And that web interface, the way that they have this set up is totally insane. There's so many different settings within Zoom, it's pathetic once you go and you log into the web interface.
Okay, I'm on the Zoom page.
You can do from the program itself.
Okay. Okay, I received an email from Justin. Justin, I received an email from you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me see where I can go. I'm right here. Meetings, webinar, recording, settings. I gotta go to settings?
Yeah. Let me log into mine and watch to see if I can find it.
And how I'm looking at the screen right now, Mr. B, and I'm sorry about that. Can you tell me where I can unblock you? I believe it's in the connection. Man.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's where I thought you were going to get chicken. What? Oh no, I want the chicken from Jewel, baby. Yeah, the wings, yeah.
And who is Bahar Alumini? I don't know who is that one. And I checked that and I blocked them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you know, I saw the kids doing there.
Okay, babe.
Hey, you guys know how I can unblock our friend Mr. B, Brett? I don't know how to unblock that.
I'm looking that up right now. I'm not understanding what it's saying. I'm not seeing what it says. Oh.
You blocked me good, Alex.
Yeah, I block Mr. B because I thought it was one of the guys with another account, you know, and I never saw this account from him, you know. Wow, remote control, vertical, man, I don't know how to do that. Report to some, allow users to report meeting. Yeah, right. I don't know if Todd will tell me, you know, how to request permission to unmute. No.
I'm not seeing a thing on how to do that.
Man, I feel bad now because, you know, yeah, I feel very bad now, you know, because the thing is...
How did you block him in the first place?
because there was two kids who were, you know.
Oh, no. I understand why, but how did you do it?
Oh, I went there and I say report or block it, report, remove. I removed them. You know. So let me go to the because I believe I've received an email from them to see if
Find out if he's still logged in, trying to get in, have him get out, and then try and come back in again. Maybe that'll do it.
Well, what may have to happen, and it may be one of those things to where that in this specific meeting, that he won't be able to get back in until the next time Alex makes a new meeting.
Yeah, that's true. You're right, Todd. I think that's probably the way it has to be. You have, for him to get in today, Alex would have to close the meeting and start it all over again.
Right. It's the only thing that I see about any type of unblocking is where they're talking about unblocking a phone number. Here's a YouTube video. Let's watch this.
Oh man, I don't know how to do this.
Oh, Alex. Down in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, down by your clock, go into the little carrot that brings up the icons for the programs running in the background.
Where?
Open up the Zoom interface, the program itself.
Okay.
And under get there myself. Where did that say again? You're going to be going in the chat and maintenance block users.
Maintenance what?
Maintenance block users. Do you see it? I should be showing it to you on my screen.
Okay, who is AB Charlie Delta, Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta? I don't know who is that one. Is that you, Mr. B, Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta? I got down Mr. Trosten right there. Alex. Wow. Oh, negative. Okay. I'm sorry about that, man. Oh man.
Yeah, my picture's up.
Yeah, well, I will have to call them and let them know. You know, I will call them after we finishing here. It's the first time that happened to me. You know, but because the other two kids, they were talking like that, and I don't want them to tell bad words in here. We're here to have a fun, to talk about the hobby and this and that, but not to. And that is crazy. Mr. C said, Mr. B says that Zoom is secure because he signed out with another account and he's not coming in. I mean, they check
IP address.
the IP address, you know?
Yeah, that's how they do it. But they banean tu IP.
Okay. That is good. So, well, yeah, Mr. Trostein, open the Mr. Trosten, open the camera and open the audio, man. And hello from Germany.
Alex?
Yes.
In the group, I'm gonna have to go start looking for something for supper. But it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me before you go. Let me look at this right away. Okay, I believe that will work. I'm gonna send you my phone number,
Okay.
and yeah, we can talk and see if we can set them up. You already have your channel ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, you have to
I
go.
set it up last night.
You have to go into your channel and do like you're gonna do a live, and it will tell you that that you have to wait 24 hours to get the authorization. So make that authorization happen, and after that you will be able to live stream. You know.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, because he's gonna need to get his key to plug into OBS.
Gonna need what now? I'm sorry.
When you go to live stream, there is a I forget what they call it, but it's a code key that you need, and you need to plug that into OBS so OBS can stream to YouTube.
Okay.
Takes a little bit of setting up. It took me a few minutes to figure it out.
Yeah, set him up. The OBS is not bad, but he has to have the the stream key, and in order to have the stream key, he have to have the authorization from YouTube to live stream.
He can actually get that if he tries to go live now and then scroll down to the bottom of that page or close to it, and the key is there.
Let's see. Doing it, and it's account verification. I guess y'all are talking about.
Okay, Trustin says that Todd have a cool QRZ page. Delta Echo 2 Tango Romeo Fox. You know he's in Germany. He doesn't have a camera right now, but I said the last time that he put the camera on, he have a big American flag into his living room there. That was amazing. You know, that was great. Hey Justin, for sure, do that. You already did you tried to live stream, and you request the permissions for live streaming.
Okay, yeah, it says I'm verified now.
Oh, you're verified now, so you did that before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So well, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you my email, my phone number via the email, and you know, we can get connected. I can connect to your computer via you know, any desk or TeamViewer, and I can help you out with that. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
I
You-
could do the same for that now.
Huh?
I could do the same if Alex isn't available.
Okay, yes, you can email also Todd, November 3 Papa Kilo Japan,
And my email is mycallsign@qsl.net.
No, 3 Pop Kilo Japan, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I wrote it down so I can. Now, all right, guys, I appreciate all the help.
Yeah, no problem, man. I will looking forward. Let me see if I can see your call. What is your channel name? Your call sign?
K4LEN radio.
Radio, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not appearing here. Let me see with your call sign. Lima Echo November, right?
Correct.
K4 Lima Echo November. Can you send me the link on over the?
Maybe it's yeah, I think it should be it.
Yeah, if you send me that via email, I will go straight to your channel because I don't see any here.
Let's see what I can do. I'm real computer savvy.
What's your call sign, Justin?
Kilo 4 Lima November.
Kilo 4 Lima Echo November, right?
Correct.
I don't see it.
Do you have your
I don't need
channel name K4LME Gaming?
What?
Because all I see is this K4LME Gaming.
Let's see.
It's got 13 videos on it. No, that's definitely not you.
Alex, I gotta run.
Okay, brother. Well, thank you so much, man. The ex-commander. See, what is that? That T-shirt right there?
Yep, that's my antenna, man. The ex-commander for the win.
Man, but where do you get that?
I got it from Ham Radio 2.0.
Oh
He
yeah,
sells them.
he sells them.
Yeah, it's from Callum. Okay, he sells them for
Papá,
Callum.
entrar ahí.
From M0 MCX. He's got a bunch of them on his website. Just Google him, Ham Radio 2.0. He's got a bunch of stuff out there on the website.
Yeah, I know who is him. I know who is this guy. Alexander Sierra.
I'll go somewhere.
Yeah, that was Alexander, my son. Yeah, that is a nice T-shirt, man.
Yeah, I got a Ham Radio 2.0 one as well. I bought one from Jason.
Wow. Man, that's crazy. I gotta make a couple of those T-shirts and send it to my friends.
Yeah, we need one for Whiskey 7 Hotel United, the one across the front of it.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that
The voice of Cutler Bay.
the voice of Cutler Bay, right? The voice of Chicago.
The voice of Chicago.
Have you guys seen this?
What is that? Let me see.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Wow, very nice.
That came up on my Facebook as an ad. I had to have one.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing, man.
All right, gentlemen. I hate to cut it short, but I've been staring at this computer screen since 9 o'clock this morning, so I have to get my eyes a rest.
Okay. Well, thank you, brother. Take
All right,
care.
we'll talk later. You guys take care. 73, everybody.
73, brother.
73, Kevin.
Take it.
Take care. Bye.
See you, Kevin.
Bye. Man.
Having no luck on news on FTA.
Well, that was a nice t-shirt. You know, I gotta stop buying Han Ready 2.0 webpage to see what he had there. Very nice. Hey, happy weekend, Jonathan. My pleasure, man. Okay, and I see that Bert is sending me this. The user you have blocked are in backlist or something. Just need to be able. Okay.
Jonathan, to answer your question, as far as I know about JTDX, it's just a clone of WSJTX, so it should have a ADI file in it.
Settings, meeting tab. Try to do this because I'm not gonna.
I'll look at it right now. The only problem is I can't read. I suspect that's German. I don't read German, so I'll look at it. I'll look at all the awards. Like your logo, you have on your as your profile picture there at Torsten. That's really cool.
Alex, I sent you another email. Maybe this is what you're asking for. I'm not sure.
Man, they make this complicated, you know?
I know, though, when I had to get my screen key, I had to Google it, and what I was looking at says that you go to like you are in a live screen to start with, and I'll have to get there. click edit. No, you don't need to click edit.
Okay. Now I went back to the live stream and tell me it's going to be ready in 24 hours to activate your account live streaming.
Okay, so if you take a look at my camera, it's gonna end up looking something like this, and then your stream key is gonna be down here. You can see my mouse, which of course I'm not gonna show it, but. And to edit any of this stuff, you click this edit button. But you need to take that stream key and pop it into OBS. And then tell OBS that you want to use YouTube.
Okay. Okay, so OBS, I'll need to download that onto the computer too then, right?
Right. And
OBS
that's what
Studio.
I'm using right now to show you these different. And I know Alex uses it too.
Now I'm chatting with the people in Zoom, and then I'm asking them something, and they're sending me another thing. I believe it's the computer that is talking to me. That's crazy, man.
And I also suggest that when you go to set up OBS, that when you go to create your scene, however you want it, that you do not do that in the default one, that you make a new scene and then go from there. So if you ever mess up a scene, you still have the default to go back to.
Oh, yeah, I have a copy of it. I can overwrite it.
I was saying to Justin.
Yeah. That's great. Getting started. Meeting and webinars.
If anybody ever gets bored, they can go look at my YouTube channel. I have a little bit of content up there. Like about 3 hours worth of the North American QSO party that I streamed on there.
Hold on 1 second. Oh man, that's crazy, brother.
That's what happened. had a small bit of a brownout here, and then in the background, scanner goes off for a town about 5 miles north of me. Hey, transformer fire. That's why there is a brownout.
Alright guys, I'm gonna go. I appreciate your company this evening. Go in here and see if I can get these kids clean up their mess.
Well, that's crazy, man. I don't know how to do that. I gotta call them later on and unblock Mr. B. Well, I'm sorry about that, man. You know, that is crazy. So tell me something, Bob. Actually, this upset me, man, because I blocked a friend. That's crazy.
Kinda looks like 30 meter FT8's banging at the moment.